different to you? My disability doesn't make me exceptional or get me up at 5 in the morning.
McFadden way out ahead of the rest straight away.
My disability doesn't make me brave.
McFadden following that.
It is not a superpower or an excuse
McFadden in the lead
or a reason.
through 200 metres. It's Tatiana McFadden way out in front.
I found my energy within. Go find yours.
If I was human, I'd want to experience joy, courage, inspiration, imagination. I'd want to experience the gift of humanity. I could do anything. Just imagine that.
The athletes are ready for the men's shot put F55 final.
استعداد متسابقي دفع الجلة رجال فئة F55 النهائي.
12 athletes throwing at the top of the stadium, throwing at one with a best of 11.96 for Poland.
اللاعب رقم 1 ممثل بولندا.
Carol Gozen. Throwing at 2 with a best of 10.49 for Cameroon.
اللاعب الثاني ممثل الكاميرون.
Christian Gobe. Throwing third for Russia with a best of 11.41 set this year.
اللاعب الثالث ممثل روسيا.
Sergei Sokolsky. Throwing at 4, 10.23 this year for Lithuania.
اللاعب الرابع ممثل ليتوانيا.
Ramunas Verbavicius. Throwing at 5, representing Serbia.
اللاعب الخامس ممثل صربيا.
Nebojša Duric. Throwing at 6 for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
اللاعب السادس ممثل البوسنة والهرسك.
Zevad Panzic. At 7, representing Poland.
اللاعب السابع ممثل بولندا.
Lex Stoltman. Throwing at 8, the world record holder, representing Bulgaria.
اللاعب الثامن ممثل بلغاريا.
Rusdi. Throwing at 9, representing Poland with a best of 10.74 this year.
اللاعب التاسع ممثل بولندا.
Damian Ligeza. Throwing at 10, 10.02 is his lifetime best, representing Bulgaria.
اللاعب العاشر ممثل بلغاريا.
Georgi Kiryakov. Throwing at 11, representing Algeria.
اللاعب رقم 11 ممثل الجزائر.
Murad Bashir. And finally, representing Panama.
اللاعب رقم 12 ممثل بنما.
Francisco Leonardo Cedeno Almengor.
the track. It's time for the semi-finals of the men's T54 100 metres.
سباق المجموعات لليوم الفترة المسائية 100 متر رجال فئة تي 54 الدور الثاني النصف النهائي الأول.
Lane 2, representing Great Britain and Northern Ireland with a personal best of 14:49.
الحارة الثانية ممثل بريطانيا.
Nathan Maguire. In lane 3, 14:44, lifetime best in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
الحارة الثالثة ممثل المملكة العربية السعودية.
Jaman Azrani. Lane 4, representing Mexico.
الحارة الرابعة ممثل المكسيك.
Juan Pablo Sanchez Garcia. Lane 5 for Australia.
الحارة الخامسة ممثل أستراليا.
Luke Bailey. Lane 6 representing Japan.
الحارة السادسة ممثل اليابان.
Samoki Ikoma. Lane 7, the world record holder representing Finland.
الحارة السابعة ممثل فنلندا.
Leo Pekatati. Lane 8 for Russia.
الحارة الثامنة ممثل روسيا.
Alexei Vichanov. And in lane 9 for the People's Republic of China.
الحارة التاسعة ممثل الصين الشعبية.
Hu Yan. First 3 in each of these semi-finals.
Who won his heat will finish second to Leo Pegataty here. That's very fast. 13.84 unofficial is only 800ths outside his championship record set in Lyon 6 years ago. Leo Pegataty up and gliding clear with Cervantes in second place, and it doesn't look to have taken a huge amount out of him at all. Very good victory that's been ratified now as 13.83. It's the season's best by 400ths of a second. Cervantes in second place, and that was very impressive, but then he generally is. He knows the way to go, most of the time anyway. It was Bailey in third place for Australia as well in 14.44, but good start by Juan Pablo Cervantes for Mexico in lane 4, but Leo Pegataty went away in his usual style, and he wasn't going to be caught up with. Wasn't a great start, didn't have to be, doesn't ever need to be, but he's got the victory. He's clear along with Cervantes and Bailey into the final. Impressive as usual.
Off the scoreboard, you can see our first rider is
And Vichanov, like his country, in his first major championship for 3 years. Down the line in fifth, he's hanging on, the same as Akoma. The 3 into the final, Leo Pegataty, Juan Pablo Cervantes, and Luke Bailey. So that's the scene then at the Dubai Club for People of Determination. Lots of field events tonight as well, and nice crowds. Best crowd surely we've ever had at a Middle East event in World Para Athletics. We 40,000 a night in London 2 years ago, which was absolutely blinding, absolutely tremendous. And great support from worldwide, of course. And as soon as the sun sets here, the temperature drops a little bit. It's all a lot more comfortable.
Five events in the field as well this evening, so plenty to look out for, not just on the track, but in the field as well. Including that man there, Hilton Langenhoven, who'll go in the men's long jump T12 very shortly indeed. The former pentathlete, but the action continues on the track. Second semi-final in the men's 100 metres T54. 8 starters in this event. Samuel Carter of Australia there. He was 6th in this event back in 2016 in Rio. As always, a large Chinese presence at any of these para-athletics events. And a good bit of camaraderie there between Bozio of Ghana and Van Wiegel, the man who started way back in 1994. So if you think he's been around for a long time, he has. In fact, Zhang, who you saw a moment ago, was born 5 years after Kenny Van Wiegel started his para-athletics career. But that man there, the Australian Samuel Carter, will be doing his utmost to push himself through to a final. There is Zhang Ying. Turns 20 in December. There is the field. Kenny Van Wiegel, the man to look out for in lane 4. Saichen Kongen of Thailand. He's always been there or thereabouts, as have the Thai athletes over the years in T54 events, but he's never picked up a gold medal.
On the track, athletes are ready, 8 of them contesting 3 places in the final of the men's 100.
So 8 to go, 3 to qualify automatically. The next 2 fastest from this and the previous semi-final will go through to the men's 100 metres T54 final. Vun Van of Cambodia, his personal best of 14:57. You would expect him to be struggling somewhat to go through as one of the qualifiers. The man next to him, Ngembi Bozio of Ghana. Now his season best and lifetime best set this year for the man who is 40 years of age. No introduction needed for this fellow. Kenny Van Wiegel started back in 1994, as I mentioned, 400 metres in the gold, 2004 and 2016 in those 2 separate Olympics. Liu Yang won gold in the 2x400 metres relay before, has the Chinese man, and this man Samuel Carter 6th in the Paralympics in Rio back in the final in 2016. Lifetime best for him set this year as well, 13.93 seconds. The second of the Chinese athletes, Zhang Ying, slightly younger though, 14.20, good year for him so far, a lifetime best for him. Outside him, a man who's picked up silver in the 4x100 metres at the 2006 World Championships, Eric Hightower of the United States of America. And a man who's won various bronze and silver, but never gold, goes from lane 9. It's Thailand's Saichen Kongen.
First 3 automatically through to the final.
So as always, look out for Kenny Van Wiegel who goes from lane 4. You can't miss him. Black helmet and orange kit. But expect this man to push him. Samuel Carter, 0.15 of a second outside of Kenny Van Vegel's lifetime best. Slight mechanical issue. That seems to be fine though. He's a bit perplexed, is Zhang Ying. Nevertheless, it appears there may well be a wheel issue they're looking into there. Well, a green card's been given.
Warning. They're all entitled to work in USA. A technical issue over contact with the ground. Here we go. Second semi-final of the T54.
So a new start. So as they move forward, he was told to weigh it back was Zhang Ying. As I said, he was perplexed. I think we all were. Anyway, we are now about to get underway. So expect that man there, Samuel Carter, to really push Kenny Van Vegel. Top 3 automatically qualifying for the final. Men's 100 metres T54, second semi-final. And they get away with no problems at all. Carter gets out very quickly indeed, as does the man on the inside of him, Liu Yang, and Van Vegel struggling somewhat. It is Samuel Carter of Australia who's neck and neck with Yang, but Yang takes it. Carter goes through in second position, and a very, very close one between Van Vegel, and it looked like it might have been Zhang Ying on the outside as to who picked up third position, but Carter in a time of 13.98, so 0.05 seconds outside of his lifetime best. It looks like it was a dead heat, but Carter has been given the win there. That's 13.98, showing a dead heat with Liu Yang, the season best for him. So 2 going through in 13.98, and it's Zhang Ying who's picked up the third automatic qualification position. Well, Samuel Carter got away extremely quickly there in lane 6. He was challenged on the inside around the 30 or 40 metre mark by Liu Yang. He pushed again, but just have a look at this as they get across the line. Yeah, that is pretty much as dead heat as you can. So both being given a time of 13.98 seconds. China picking up second and third. Zhang Ying in the third position. Van Vegel has missed out. Got away to a slow start. That man didn't know. Samuel Carter looking to improve on that 6th back in Rio in 2016 at major championships. At this stage, he's doing just that. 13.98, he's level with Liu Yang. They go through in the top 2. Zhang Ying qualifies automatically. Haita and Van Vegel also go through as the 2 fastest qualifiers.
Jumping at 5.
So what does that mean? Well, it means this. Pekatati goes through, as is Carter, Yang, Cervantes Garcia, Zhang Ying, Eric Haita, Kenny Van Vegel, and Luke Bailey, making it both Australians going through in to the men's 100 metres T54 final.
Action in the field just getting underway as well. We've got 3 events just kicking off. Men's discus throw F52, men's shot put F55, and this is the men's long jump T12. Medium visual impairment. And this should be really well contested. Hilton Langenhoven's involved in this as well, having been on the track a little earlier. Donier Saliev is the reigning Asian Games and world champion in London 2 years ago. And Sergei Berdakov as well, who, if I remember, in London was winning medals in the long jump and the track within a few minutes of each other. Tobias Jonsson as well from Sweden finds himself in that situation as well. And it being T12 and with medium visual impairment, it is the longer launch board that they have. 8 in this final. Marcel Butker of Germany, Berdakov of Belarus. It's been a busy sporting summer there. They had the European Games, massive crowds, tremendous crowds there, a lot of fun. And they had the start of what's hope will be a regular athletics match between Europe and the United States as well. But here he is, the reigning world champion in the long jump, bronze in Rio in the Paralympic Games, and subsequently gold in the Asian Games for Donier Saliev. He's been an Asian Games champion as well in the 4x1, 7:22 the lifetime best. This is the first attempt then in the competition for Saliev of Uzbekistan. Measurement from the furthest indentation in the chalk to the first in the sand.
On the track next is the women's 100
We say medium visual impairment, but obviously it's highly impaired. It's the last step to total visual impairment, the T11, F11 category. Championship record 7:19, going way back to 2006 for Hilton Langenhoven. He's been there and done it over and over. And obviously, with 2 measurements being made at 2 points where the measurement's being done from, takes a little bit longer than usual.
Well, Saliev just waiting for his mark to be given. Well, a new championship record as well for the man from Uzbekistan, Donier Saliev. Looks like he's picked up quite a mark, judging by what we've seen. Let's just get confirmation on that one.
Well, not only that, he's 3 centimetres off Matthias Schroeder's world record set in Berlin 10 years ago. What a start.
Fair to say he's held his form over the past couple of years. Well, follow that. Nabil Rahali Amadi of Morocco. His lifetime best this year of 6.31, so he's going to be going some to get anywhere near that 7-metre mark.
Recall, no cause for alarm.
So Rahali Amadi is ready to go. 26 years of age. Off he gets. Well, it's over the 6-metre mark, but it isn't going to trouble the man who jumped first and set a new championship record, Donier Saliev.
the judge is showing a red card to Supergetchi of Turkey for a false start there. So we go again at the second time of asking.
Yeah, 6:48. It's a new lifetime best for Nabil Rahali Amari of Morocco, the Asian Games champion in the long jump. A good sprinter as well, 4th in the 400 meters, 5th in the 800 at the last World Championships.
Well, here's a man who knows how to jump. Hilton Langenhoven, who did, until a few minutes ago, hold the championship record that was set in September 2006 in Assen. But that has gone to Donio Saliev, who broke his mark. But here goes Langenhoven.
3 places in the final.
Well, that's not bad. Not a bad way to start at all. 7:18 his lifetime best, 6:96 his season best. I'll go back to that jump from Saliev a few moments ago. What a way to start the evening field session with a championship record. Long may it continue over the next 9 days. Bit of a skip from Langenhoven there in the middle. Seemed to almost lose his run up somewhat, and there is the end product of it. So a foul for him with his opener. He just saw those little short steps he took there, about 5 or 6 metres from the board, seemed to have lost his way, and that in turn meant that he missed that quite large platform area to take off from, and went over by a good few centimetres indeed as he jumps into a headwind. Well, there's the, shows you how much he went over by, quite some distance. Pressure does strange things, doesn't it? So next up, Shahi Berdikov of Belarus. The man who won gold in the high jump in 2015. Bronze medalist in London 2 years ago.
Very successful in the Europeans. He's won 3 titles in a row, and he's also been a twice European high jump champion too. 4 European crowns. So this being the final in the field, we're staying with it. We'll return to the track later on for the final of the women's 400 metres T13, which is at the top of the iron around 30 minutes time. We'll run through some results of the early qualifying rounds of the races that you're not catching live. So Berdikov, 7:02 is season's best, 7:11 is the lifetime best, but he's going to have to go beyond that in order to have a chance of gold. He's up into the silver medal position now, though. That's a good attempt by him. 6:62 for Berdikov. He goes into the silver medal position for now, behind Saliev. Langenhoven with that miss earlier on in this opening round, as we go on to Malaysia and Wong Kaji.
Well, Wong, he won gold in the Grand Prix event in Paris recently. Rather big things expected. Lifetime best of 7:22, as you can see there. Kaji Wong of Malaysia. But he's first. Edging around the 6 metre mark or so.
Amanda Kotarja. Lane 8 for Mauritius.
Well, it was around that mark earlier when you saw Langenhoven lose his run-up. No such issues there for Kaji Wong. Just a reminder of that large board in case you're wondering. T12 medium visual impairment. So we sit around the 6 metre mark.
On your mark.
Well, it's more than that. 6.83 moves him up into second position. Wong's still got 20 centimetres to go to get to his season best.
Amanda Kotarja, Finland is the
But he's
fastest on season's best.
well placed at the moment.
She's gone out very quickly.
But
in
still
lane number
61 centimetres
To her left,
behind
it is Xu of China.
the man who's in first place, Daniel Saliev, who set a new championship record. The man from Uzbekistan in his first.
With a tailwind of 1.2 metres per second.
And here's the man who picked up silver in London a couple of years back. Tobias Jonsson.
Just to bring you up to speed with the women's 100 metres T54, we've had the first round heats. Xu Lihong of China has taken the first one, 16.63. Zubeda Zubagechi disqualified, false start in that. And Amanda Katai of Finland's just taken the second heat. Championship record, 16 seconds dead. Jonsson then of Sweden is the sixth to go, and at the moment 6.63 the target for the bronze medal spot. Berdikov of Belarus there with 6.62.
Tobias Jonsson of Sweden on the runway in the T12 long jump men's final. We're partway through round one and we had a championship record of 7.44 to take the lead for Daniel Saliev of Uzbekistan. There'll be 6 rounds of jumping.
Jonsson brothers have been perennially successful. I think Langenhoven, by the way, still protesting the red flag against him, and that's something like 10 minutes after the fact.
Well, he can't be protesting the foul because he went about 10 centimetres over the line. I think he's protesting something about where he's leaving from. I mean, he's rather animated down there with the officials.
That's the coach's rail there, so very serious. And those are the standings.
Anyway,
new championship record.
Tobias Jonsson is ready to go, the man from Sweden.
7.44, the distance to beat.
Tobias Jonsson's brother pair, the 2013 world champion. 6.99 the lifetime best, and if he equals that, be good enough for now for the silver medal position. Jonsson from Bolnos. Coached by Ingela Nilsson from the Englarna club in Varnesburg.
And looking for your support, Tobias Jonsson.
Here we go then. It's Daniel Saliev in the gold medal position in this opening round with a championship record 7.44. That's around 6.5, and remember the measurement begins where he takes off. The 2015 Swedish Parasport Athlete of the Year, So it's a fair attempt, and that looks like he's going to go into third place. It was around 670 potentially. That is 673, a season's best by Tobias Jonsson by around quarter of a metre. In fact, exactly quarter of a metre. He's up into the bronze medal position in this opening round. Wong of Malaysia in the silver medal spot, Saliaf of Uzbekistan with the championship record lead.
So next up, in the long jump, men's T12. Kamil Aliyev of Azerbaijan. Gold medalist in this area of the world in Doha in 2015. Silver in Rio the year after that.
The championship record holder, Hilton Langenhoven of South Africa, had a foul with his opening jump.
So off he goes. And that's reasonably long. We can see that in the pit there, it's over the 650 mark, but it goes from where he takes off on the ramp. So currently we've got Saliev in first position, championship record is 744. Kaji Wong of Malaysia at 683 in the silver medal position, and Tobias Jonsson with a season best of 673, who's in the bronze medal position. So Aliev with his season best is only 602. Lifetime best 7.13. So you wouldn't say the greatest of years, but sometimes people just manage to peak for events like this. And he was happy with it. But what happens is, where it counts now, it looked very, very long indeed. That's because it is a new season best. He has smashed his best ever from the year, which was 602. He is up into second place, 6.85 metres for Kamil Aliev.
On the track, it's time for the first round heat of the men's T38 400 metres.
Well, Langenhoven's still protesting.
Maybe allowed his first round jump to be retaken. He's been a bit like Betty Heidler in the 2015 Olympic hammer final, or 2012 Olympic hammer finals. Quite determined that something went wrong, that wasn't his fault, and that the no mark was unjustified.
Well, I'm just wondering whether he was gesticulating a moment or two ago about his mark maybe being moved, because as he went into the jump about 5 metres out, he completely lost his run-up and looked like he had gone from the wrong spot. His coaches are speaking to him. He spoke to the officials. So Langenhoven is off again. Let's see what happens this time.
Lorenzo Alvaradejo Martinez.
Well, he's lost it again. He's lost it again. That's exactly what happened in his first jump. He was in the same position. He lost his run-up. He took those small steps. But this time he's just run straight through the board. So whatever he was speaking to the officials about, whatever he wanted to choose to do again, whatever he's done, it hasn't worked for the second successive time. So he's talking to his coaches, That there counts as a foul because that became his first jump. His previous one was chalked off, but he still picked up a foul with his first effort.
Well, that's definitely going to go down as a red flag permanently. And that's Bertiga in his major championship debut. And he gets the white flag. He's got a good distance here. He's from the DJK Blau-Weiß Annen TV Wattenscheid club. His guide is Alexander Koschenkov. Obviously in the T11 complete visual impairment, the guide will stand on the runway and will clap or whatever. That is around 6 meters, or just shy of it. He just sort of pulled out of that. That's around 590, but it will put him into 7th spots. He was way down of that actually as well. It will still be 7th for him because Langenhoven was quite unsuccessful. Twice over, 5:46. Bertke is in 7th for Germany. So the standings after the opening round. Daniil Saliev of Uzbekistan, our leader. Championship record 7 meters 44. Kamil Aliyev of Azerbaijan in 2nd, 685. And Wongka Gi of Malaysia in 3rd, 683. Saliev then, his 2nd attempt.
And unfortunately it's a red card issued to lane 3. So Lorenzo Alvarado Martinez is disqualified for a false start.
Is that an improvement on his 744? Measurement will take a while.
Well, Saliev, a man who's looking like he's got no pressure at all. First one of 744. Not quite as good with his second one. But he's still way, way out in front.
Yes, yes.
Saliev there with his second, the man from Uzbekistan. Championship record with his first. A white flag given for his second. Well over the 7 meter mark again. 7:34 given for Daniil Saliev as Rahali Amari
Now Rikabi leading them round the
is at the board.
second turn with 150 to go. Final stagger unfolding. First three to go through to
A lifetime best with his opening jump of 6:48. He's still, though, in 6th position out of 8 athletes.
Zachary Gingras for Canada. Now the charges are coming in.
But he's certainly improved. His lifetime best coming into this competition. 17 centimetres he added with his opener. Plenty of work to do to improve that lifetime best. He needs to put on about another 40 centimetres if he's to get up into the medal positions. Wonderful jump, good position, good technique. Very nice technique. And you know what? He set another lifetime best. He's added 4 centimetres to it. Remains in 6th position, 6:52 for the man from Morocco, Rahali Amari. Well, Langenhoven, how the mighty have fallen so far. 2006 for a world champion, I should say. He did hold the championship record until about 20 minutes ago. Second attempt, it's actually his third attempt. His first one was chalked off. He was given another opportunity to take it, but he fouled with his opener. So he currently sits at the bottom of the pile in 8th position as he looks to get the crowd going and behind him. Let's see though, but both his jumps before, the one that was chalked off, the one that was a foul, both of them, he lost his run up with around 5 metres to go before the takeoff ball. Let's see what happens this time. Well, that is much better. No loss. No small steps there just before the board. No issues, no running through. And that is a much better jump and will give him a mark. He's much happier with it. Gives the fist pump to his support crew in the stands and the crowd. Plenty in here supporting him.
Langenhoven moves up into 4th place. Next to jump will be Siare Buduku of Belarus. He's in 4th.
So Hilton Langenhoven, there you can see. No issue whatsoever with the jump. Much better positioning. Much better run up. And in the end, it equals a much better performance, which will give him his first mark of the evening. Up into 4th position, 6 metres 76 for the South African.
As you can see, nice crowd here tonight in Dubai for these 9th World Para Athletics Championships. Sergei Berdakov, by the way, you saw a bit of his jump there. He's gone up into 3rd in that men's long jump T12 final, 683, and he's ahead on count back from Wong Kar-ji of Malaysia, 683 for him as well, but he drops to 4th on count back. Kamil Aliyev still in 2nd place with that season's best, 685. Wong's chance of an instant riposte.
On the track, it's time for heat 2 out of 2 in the men's 400 metres T38.
نعود لسباق المضمار 400 متر رجال فئة تي 38 الدور الأول التصفية الثانية.
Silver in the long jump in the Asian Games last year, coached by Lee Kokwai.
Representing Thailand.
الحارة 9 ممثل تايلاند.
Happy seat Tapron. In lane 8, representing the People's Republic of China.
الحارة 8 ممثل الصين.
Zhong Huanghao. In lane 7, ranked number 1 in the world.
So 663 wouldn't be an improvement for him, but if he gets at least that, he goes back into 3rd, ahead of Berdakov in terms of count back. They both having cleared 683 so far. So 1 for Malaysia. He's got a good distance out. He's got a chance of getting back into the medals here.
الحارة 5 ممثل المكسيك.
Jose Rodolfo Chasani Garcia. In lane 4, ranked number 2 in the world.
الحارة 4 ممثل جنوب افريقيا.
For South Africa, it's Dean Moose. And in lane number 3, for New Zealand.
الحارة 3 ممثل نيوزيلندا.
Keegan Pitcher.
He met the momentum well, a minimum of 663 to put him back into the bronze medal position. But looks like he's done a lot better than that. He's gone into silver. He's gone above Berdakov, he's gone above Aliyev as well. 695. Wong goes 2nd. And only the championship record of Saliev above him.
So next up, Tobias Jonsson. Season best with his opener of 6.73. He's in 6th position though.
4 of the 5 continents, the Olympic
The
rings
Swede,
continents are represented in this race.
Been around the block some.
Europe. Jonsson of Sweden in the long jump.
So here he goes. Jump number 2. Well, he was 6.73 with his first. Let's just see where he's gone from on the board. It'll be around the same mark, if not a little bit more. He's happy with it, as you can see.
So if you heard the starter, you'll realise that lane 8 has been disqualified there. That is Zhong Huanghao of China, disqualified for a false start.
For silver 2 years ago, so he knows what it's like to win a medal in a major championship. It's going to be there or thereabouts on his last one, I'd say. Similar takeoff point, similar finish point. Season best with his opener. It was only 6.48 before that. 6.73 with his opening jump. Has he improved? Marginally he has. 5th position, 6.77, another season best for Tobias Jonsson of Sweden.
This time they're away, there was a hesitation in lane 6.
Well, here's Aliyev.
That was the Iraqi athlete Abbas Al-Diraji.
In 3rd position, Kamil Aliyev. A season best for him, talking about those, 6.85 in his first. Well, that is out there as well. Where is he taking off from, though? He doesn't look too impressed, does he? Or is he just playing it cool? Well, no, he's not, because he's fouled. That is why he wasn't happy, so he's gone over the board. Quite a large takeoff area there, but he's missed it completely. So somewhere along the way, his run-up has gone. As his guide there, just giving him a few tips on where he needs to take off from.
Second round jump there for Marcel Bürtger of Germany. He's currently in 8th place. As we conclude round number 2, we've still got the leader with that championship record, Doniyor Saliev of Uzbekistan. And that's the results of the race that we've just seen. Mexico, South Africa, Colombia, the guaranteed finalists in that event. So on the runway, getting ready to open up, round 3 is Saliev. He's had the 2 longest jumps of the competition, 7.44, which was a championship record, and he's backed that up with 7.34, both into a headwind of 1.4 metres per second. Nearest
So the men's T12 long jump.
That's Kargi Wong of Malaysia.
There's the man who's leading the way. Championship record with his first. Doniyor Saliev of Uzbekistan. 7.34 with his second. This one here, his 3rd attempt. Bürtger reigns in the last position though. And here is the man who's in front. That there.
Yes, another white flag. He's having a great series.
It's quite long as well.
Into modest headwinds of 1 metre per second. The same tailwind that has been following the sprinters.
Well, he's got a smile. Not sure if it's going to be up near his championship record he set earlier.
And the athletes are ready for the next final in the field. It is the women's javelin F54.
But regardless, he is quite some distance in front at the moment. He leads by a whopping 49 centimetres over Malaysia's Ka Ji Wong, does Donyo Saliev. This man on screen now.
7:30.
He's getting plenty of height, he's getting plenty of distance as well.
For Uzbekistan.
What a lovely shot that is.
Ranked second, ranked number 2 in the world.
Brilliant camera work.
Republic of China. Yang Liwan. Throwing third with a best of 16 meters 10 for Russia.
7.30, so he's slightly gone backwards again, but he's very consistent. He's the leader, Donyo Saliev of Uzbekistan, in the men's T12 long jump.
The final of the women's 400 metres T13, which features the reigning European, Pan Am, Asian, European World and Paralympic champions. Wins in the men's 400 metres T38 heats for Ali Al-Rakabi of Iraq, 53.13, and Jose Chasani of Mexico, 52.28. In this, Lelia Zamatova of Ukraine, the reigning European World and Paralympic champion, generally doing that on the double. Asian Games champion in this for Japan, Mana Sasaki. The Pan Am champion from Lima, just a matter of weeks ago, Kim Crosby of the United States. We've seen her other half, Eric Hightower, in the past few minutes. And the reigning European champion as well, Carolina Duarte. Leila Adzamatova here of Ukraine. Big prospects of her successfully defending her title. 56.58 her lifetime best. Amara Durand, the great Amara Durand. We'll see her later with the championship record and a long-standing world record. Kim Crosby there for the United States in lane 8. Carolina Duarte in the outside lane, lane 9, the European champion there she is. From Lisbon, taking gold in Berlin a year ago. 56.09, her lifetime best. Set this year. Bronze in the last World Championships in London 2 years ago. She's the European champion then. The Pan Am champion in Lima for the United States. Kim Crosby, bronze in the Paralympic Games in Rio in 2016. Bronze in the 1 and 2 in the last Worlds in London. The reigning Asian Games champion from Japan, Mana Sasaki. 5th in the 200 metres, 6th in the 400 in the last Worlds in London. The former Paralympic champion in the 1, the 2 and the 4 from Beijing 2008 for Morocco, Senat Panama. Gold in the 1500 metres in the World Championships in London 2 years ago. Rayana Suarez da Silva, very impressive in the heat. Silver in the Pan Ams in Lima this year. The reigning European, World and Paralympic champion for Ukraine in 4, Lelia Adzamatova. First major championship in lane 3 for Morocco, Fatima Zahra El Idrissi. And the first major championship in lane 1 for good reason. From Russia, Marina Ulyanenko, the reigning Russian champion. Those the 8 then for this women's 400 metres T13. And Duarte, the fastest in the field this year, but she finds herself from this morning's qualifiers in lane 8. World record is 24 years old, set in LA in 1995. T13, least visual impairment. Olianenko, Electricity, Zamatova, Suarez, Benama, Sasaki, Crosby and Duarte. Oh, and that was lane 6, Sana Benama, the triple Paralympic champion in Beijing, the reigning 1500 meters world champion, which is quite a departure for her. She's previously been world champion in the 200 in 2013 in the Stade de Rhône in Lyon. They were getting ready, and away she went. What awaits her? Will she get away with it, or is it a red card? And the long arm of the law has caught up with Sana Benama, the triple Paralympic champion, has been disqualified. The red card is out, and Benama has been disqualified. Well, there she was in 6. They were all primed, and she went too early, and it's an open and shut case. So Olianenko, Electricity, Zamatova, Suarez, Benama, Sasaki, Crosby and Duarte, with Benama disqualified. Lane 6 empty. Final of the women's 400 meters, T13. And now they are away, and Carolina Duarte very slow out of the blocks in 9. Crosby's gone off excellently for the United States in 8. Duarte with the fastest time this year. Crosby, the athlete called the Flash, coached by Joachim Cruz, the great Joachim Cruz of Brazil. She's going brilliantly. Sasaki as well for Japan, going brilliantly in 7, so it's lane 7, 8 and 9 flying right now. But Zamatova's got the recent class, the goals in Rio and in London and last year in Berlin, as they straighten up. Have the outside lanes gone too early? Suarez is going brilliantly for Brazil as well. Now the race is on. Suarez, the 22-year-old, and Zamatova alongside her in 4. This is some contest, and Suarez is fighting back, and Duarte's coming on the near side. Duarte's coming late, she might nick it. It's the Brazilian against her. Suarez wins it, Duarte looked to be second, and Zamatova third. That was incredible. 57-31, and Suarez just held on for Brazil. Duarte came late, so late, astonishingly so, for Portugal. 57.30 is a lifetime best by a quarter of a second. Duarte almost nicked it, and Zamatova was in the fight as well, led for a good bit of that. But the Ukrainian loses the title, and it's bronze for her. Duarte misses out by 0.16, but she gains the silver by less than a tenth. Ryan Suarez de Silva, her first global championship, the Pan Am silver medalist. Surely cannot believe, cannot conceive what she has just achieved. Kim Crosby had denied her in the 100 meters. It was a terrific start on the outside by Duarte. Sasaki flying as well. And then it became, it seemed, a direct race between Suarez in 5 and Zamitsova in 4. But then here came Duarte. Almost took it for Portugal, but Suarez held on. Remember, T13, it's least visual impairment, but quite a lot of visual impairment. She can't have been too aware what was happening in the outside lane. Suarez holds on, gets gold for Brazil. Duarte the silver, and Zamitsova so close to gold, but I think realised right at the end that she was no longer the world champion. Such drama in the final 10 metres. Rayan Suarez de Silva, the new world champion for Brazil in her first global event. Carolina Duarte, the silver for Portugal. Leila Zamitsova, the bronze for Ukraine. Well, Poland, one of the great parasport nations, host the European champions in Bydgoszcz next year, and they've hosted a huge amount of important stuff in the IAAF
Kamil Aliyev of
World
Azerbaijan is in
Juniors,
third place in the long jump.
European under 23s as well. But we've got the wheelchair races coming up, and they always give us a good show.
Well, the first heat of 2 in the men's 100 metres T53. So there's our list of 8 athletes taking part in this one. Pishay Krunget, McLean Atsu, Dezindendo, and Shikao Yang, Nicholas Brignoni, Aristovaldo, Fernandez de Silva, Pongsakorn Payo, and Abdul Rahman Al-Kharashi of Saudi Arabia, and Brian Seaman of the USA. We'll go from lane 9, the man who's been competing since the 2011 World Championships. Medals, though, have so far eluded him. Thailand always strong in these events. 2 go in this. Krunget on the inside in lane 2. Pongsakorn Payo will go from lane 7.
In lane 3, representing Ghana.
400 and 800 metre gold in Rio for Pongsakorn Payo. Bronze in this one 2 years ago in London.
In lane 5, ranked number 4 in the world this year, representing France. Nicolas Brignone.
Fernandez de Silva on the right. There is Payo, the man I just spoke about, who's on the left. So the first 3 to qualify, plus the 2 fastest losers across the 2 heats. Men's 100 metres T53. There's the man we'll be seeing in the second of the heats. Brent Lakatos, world record and championship record holder, the Canadian. Keep your eye on him, though. 400 and 800 gold, as I said, in 2016. He picked up silver in this event as he builds towards Tokyo next year. So away they go, and Payo gets away slowly. It is the Saudi Arabian who gets away fast. Al-Qurashi on the outside there. He's currently got the lead, but here comes Pongsakorn Payo. Just look at that speed over that middle 20 or 30 metres. Payo takes it. It's the Saudi Arabian in Al-Qurashi who picks up second place, and Brian Seaman of the United States on the outside. 14.52, that's been rounded down to for Pongsakorn Payo. So 0.14 of a second off the championship record of Brent Lakatos. He gets away slow, but in that middle 20 or 30 metres, he powers the arms through. How's the 22-year-old? Just have a look at this. Gets away slow. The man on the outside of him, Abdulrahman Al-Qurashi, got away the quickest of all. Just watch though in this section, round about now, Pongsakorn Payo. Right there, look at that. In a space of 5 or 6 metres, he flies past Al-Qurashi. Seaman on the outside picks up third position. They qualify automatically through to the final. After that, it's a case of waiting on what happens in the next heat that's up and seeing who the two fastest qualifiers to go through are in that. That man there did it easy though. Pongsakorn Payo. 2 years ago, bronze. What will happen this year? There he is, 14.52 goes through in first place. Abdulrahman Al-Qurashi, lifetime best for him, 14.89. And Brian Seaman, a season best for him, 15.24. Those are the three who qualify automatically. Men's 100 metres, T53, first heat. Don't forget as well to tweet us in, #ParaAthletics. What are your views? Where are you? Where are you watching? Let us know what you think. Wonderful stadium here in Dubai. The weather helps as well.
16 men will contest the men's shot put F11 final.
نعود لسباق المضمار في دفع الجلة رجال فئة 11 النهائي.
Start list is now on the scoreboard, throwing at 1, representing Iran.
اللاعب الأول
Russia back in
ممثل
international
إيران.
parasport competition in
Mohammed
the past
Ariki.
couple of months.
Throwing at 2, representing Panama.
الثاني لاعب
Expect
ممثل
them to be on the
بنما.
four.
Roger
And Canada
Sevilla.
as well.
Throwing at 3,
Some
representing
big Canadian
Russia.
interest coming up in the next
Yeah,
race and
the
track.
third
The next
Mumtaz
heat of the men's
Russia.
100 metres.
Igor Baskakov.
53.
Throwing at 4, representing Uzbekistan.
اللاعب الرابع ممثل أوزبكستان.
Farooq John Saidkodjaya.
No change to the top, by the
Throwing
way,
at
in that
5,
men's long
representing
jump
Syria.
T12 final. 3 rounds now done. Saliev still leads for Uzbekistan. 7 metres 44, that championship record. Wonkage in second for Malaysia, 6.95. Kamil Aliyev, third, 6.88 for Azerbaijan. Berdikov fourth for Belarus, 6.83.
Throwing at 8 for Russia.
اللاعب الثامن ممثل روسيا.
Sergei Shatilov. Throwing at 9 for Jordan.
اللاعب التاسع ممثل الأردن.
Abdallah Al-Shafai. Throwing at 10 for Finland.
اللاعب العاشر ممثل فنلند.
European, World and Paralympic champions involved in this second heat of the men's 100 metres T53, following the success of the previous heat of Pongsakorn Payo of Thailand. Very good 14.54. He was only 0.16 outside the championship record from a man we're going to see here now. And there he is, Brent Lakatos, the reigning world and Paralympic champion. 4 golds in the Worlds in London. 4 in Lyon in 2013, 3 in Doha, crossing Qatar 4 years ago. 100 metres gold in Rio. 3 gold in Toronto in his home Pan Am Games.
It's a 16-man lineup for the gold medal in the men's shot put F11.
Lima was literally a non-event for him. So 8 going to the line in this T53, 100 metres. Prevtsog of Mongolia on the near side. His first global games, 8th in the 100 meters, final in the Asian Games last year in Jakarta. Lakatos with the world record set in Arbonne, Switzerland 2 years ago, 14.10. Alongside him, Fahad Al Ganaidal, the Asian Para Games bronze medalist in Jakarta last year, 8th in the Paralympic Games in Rio, but improved by a spot, 7th in London. So Perovsog in 2 for Mongolia, Alenzai of Kuwait in 3, Pierre Fairbank of France in 4, the reigning European champion over 1, 2, 4 and 8. Mickey Bushell of Great Britain in 5, the former Paralympic champion in London famously. Al Ganaidal of Saudi Arabia in 6, the Asian Games bronze medalist. Lakatos with all those world golds, 11 in total. Sope Intasan of Thailand, he is in lane 8, who's been winning major medals since Sydney 2000, gold in the 4x1 there, and Yoo Byung-hoon of Korea in 9, silver in the 1 and the 8 in the Asian Games last year. It's the first 3 to go through to the final. So, Egmanlai Perovsog of Mongolia, here he is in 2 with that lifetime best set this year of 16:23. 7th his best result in the Asian Games last year in Jakarta. 7th for Kuwait. First major championship for Abdullah Alenzai. Silver in the 800 meters in Rio, bronze in the 4 for Pierre Fairbank of France, a 3-time world champion, 6-time European champion, including golds right across the board, 1, 2, 4 and 8 in Berlin. Mickey Bushell, the London 2012 champion and the twice 100 meters European champion 2014, 2016 for Great Britain. He's in 5. In 6 for Saudi Arabia, bronze in the 100 meters in the Asian Games last year from Riyadh, Fahad Al Ganaidal. In lane 7 then for Canada, the 11-time world champion, the reigning Paralympic Games 100 meters champion from Rio, Brent Lakatos. In lane 8 for Thailand, previous Paralympic gold in the 4x1 relay in 2000, the world champion 2002 in the same event, Sope Intasan. And in lane 9 for Korea, with that 4x100 meters bronze in the Paralympic Games in Beijing 11 years ago. Silver in the 1 and the 8 in the Asian Games last year, Yoo Byung-hoon. Top 3 qualify for the final, plus the next 2 fastest losers. 15:24, the third placer for Brian Seaman last time out. So Perovsog, Alenzai, Fairbank, Bushell, Al Ganaidal, Lakatos, Intasan and Yoo. Away they go. Lakatos away. Well, very well for Canada. Al Ganaidal as well. For Saudi Arabia, it's Al Ganaidal out in front now. Lakatos shows his class. He's going to come through. It's going to be a good time as well. Lakatos, Al Ganaidal, Bushell, 14:52. He'd a point to prove. He's faster by Pongsagor Payo by 200ths of a second, and add another 200ths on. 14:50. It's rounded down to Brent Lakatos. Impressive, a season's best. 14.50 the official time for the reigning world champion across the 4 shortest distances. What a time he had in London and in Doha and in Lyon before that. And that was absolutely tremendous. Fairbank shot up well also for France, and he looks to have got second place there. Intasan with a slow start, but how brilliantly in lane 6 Fahad Al Ganaidal got out, got underway, but then Lakatos came into his own. Bushell was up there, but then was left behind by Fairbank, who I think just got second place in the end, actually, ahead of Al Ganaidal. Lakatos with a victory, though, no doubt about that. 14.50. 200s better than his season's best, coached by Anna Mull these days, and the man who has no limits. Won the Berlin Marathon last year, as fast as they get. Brent Lakatos, season's best, 14.50. He's through along with Per Fairbank and Fahad Al Ganaidal in third. You through as the fastest loser.
So here we are back to the long jump pit. This here is the men's T12 long jump. And that there is Kamil Aliyev. He's currently in third position, the man from Azerbaijan. Season best of 6:88 with his fourth jump. The man out in front, Adonye Saliev, championship record with his opener of 7:44. Aliyev currently in the bronze medal position. Needs to find himself 8 centimetres. Puts himself ahead of Malaysia's Kaji Wong, who's second. Well, no issues with the actual takeoff. It's been consistent with the 2 jumps that have been white flagged. His second one was a red flag. Regardless of what happens, he stays in third position. So he's in the medal positions at the moment. But he wants to get back to the lofty heights of 2015 when he took gold in Doha. At the moment, he's quite some way off it. Adonye Saliev leads. Kamil Aliyev, well, 6:85, so he hasn't improved on 6:88, but as I said, he's been consistent. He stays third. Here's the man who's second, Kaji Wong.
In second place at 11:11. Third is Karol Kozan with a season's best for Poland at
6:95 he needs to improve on. Well, he's given that some. It won't be far off that mark either. He's had a splendid season. We'll try and pick his feet in that. Up goes the chalk.
So Aliyev has had a very consistent series. All 3 of his
must have been very close to overstepping.
Kaji Wong awaiting his 4th round jump measurement, and then it will be the leader to jump.
So what does it come up with as we await the man who's currently in the gold medal position? Adonye Saliev, that is, who we're waiting to jump. So Wong 6:80, so it doesn't improve. That is consistency personified for the man who's in the silver medal position from Malaysia.
And championship record holder got in round 4.
But here's who they're all trying to catch. Reigning champion. Bronze in Rio. Looking for a 2nd consecutive gold medal at the World Championships in the long jump T12. He was only 3 centimetres off Matthias Schroeder's record, which was set in Berlin 10 years ago. So 3 centimetres to make up if he's to equal that, 4 if he's to beat it. And the way he's jumping, you wouldn't put it past him. Uzbekistan supporters are out supporting him. Plenty of them here.
On the track, it's time for the women's T53 100 metres round 1 heats.
نعود لسباق المضمار 100 متر سيدات فئة تي 53 الدور الأول التصفية الأولى.
Well, they're ready. Is he ready?
حارة 4 ممثل تركيا.
Here we go. Well, that's out there.
Ranked number 2 in the world for the People's Republic of China.
حارة 5 ممثلة الصين.
Xu Hongchuan. In A6, ranked 7 in the world.
But it's not going to improve on his championship record mark. He has time though. He's still got 2 more jumps to go.
In A7, ranked number 3 in the world. For Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Samantha Kinghorn.
He's looked fluid and confident all evening.
Camelia Di Marescu. The first 3 in each heat will go.
Wonderful takeoff point. Good landing. A decent result is what he's looking for. They're still measuring it.
739. 739.
Well, I think you might have been able to hear them, what it was. 739 is what you heard. 739 is what you'll get. Donya Saliev doesn't improve, stays in the gold medal position though. After 4. So staying with the man who's the bottom of the field in this event, Marcel Budiga. I say bottom, but he set a new lifetime best in his last jump of 6.40, so for him there has been improvement.
On your mark.
Xu of China, Kinghorn of Great Britain and Northern Ireland leading the charge at the halfway point. Kinghorn nearest to stand, Xu in the middle of the track, and just beyond her, Dogan Gun. $16.39 to Kinghorn on the LED display. Xu 16.45 in second. I think Sammy Kinghorn's parents are in the back straight stand. Travelled over from Scotland where the weather is very similar to here. Good evening to you, fellas, ladies. We're into round 5 in the long jump. 2 jumps remaining. Still Sally Ev leading.
So Marcel Butker of Germany.
Another jump beyond 7 metres.
The Annan physio. Been a bit of commotion around, so that's why he's waited. Nabil Rahali Amari, by the way, won't be taking his last 2 jumps. He has retired from the competition. He's in 7.665, lifetime best. Was his last attempt in 4. Might have pulled something in doing that. And they're all running into a bit of a headwind there. So Butker goes now, 6.40 in the previous round, which was a lifetime best. Worth waiting for. He goes beyond 6 meters.
In the discus cage, the F52 men's final is now beyond the halfway point. It is
Alexander Kosenkov is a guide. First major championship. 6.09 was his lifetime best set earlier this year going into it.
1924 from his throws. Still 4 athletes to throw.
6:39, that's the second best jump of his life, and his best one was 10 minutes ago. He stays in 8th. Needed an extra 26 centimeters to go beyond that. They've got such lovely chairs here. Budka in 8th. And the man in 6th next to go, who's not had the competition that he had wished, Hilton Langenhoven. 2 fouls so far. 676 in round 2, 672 in round 3, and a couple of red flags. So Langenhoven, a past master. He is still the reigning Paralympic champion. Long jump champion twice. He was the pentathlon champion in Beijing in 08 also, which is an event now firmly in the past. And can he add a further 20 centimeters to his best mark so far? And if he does that, he goes into the medals. That's not a bad try at all. 676, he only needs an extra 13 centimeters to go up into bronze.
Of 665 in round 4.
3 times the world champion, Hilton Langenhoven.
Six, seven.
But he hasn't got it. That is actually the shortest of his successful attempts so far tonight. 667 it was. He stays in 6th place. Even a 677 would have seen him climb up above Tobias Jonsson into 5th. Jonsson very supportive of his perennial rival. Langenhoven's chances of a medal still alive, but he's only 1 attempt to go. 676 remains his best, and he's in 6th spot. Five to jump in this 5th round.
T54, T53, round 1, heat 2 now on the track.
Tobias Jonsson then. World Championship silver medalist in London. Twice European Championship silver medalist. Coached by Ingela Nielsen. Sweden, a fine jumping nation as we know. Vertical and horizontal. Tobias Jonsson then, 677 is best today. Another couple of centimeters and he's up into the medals. It's a white flag. So Jonsson didn't go past the long white section. The plasticine is still there. But unlike the IAAF second and unlike the other long jump categories outside of the visual impairments, it's measured from the takeoff point.
Ilana Dupont and Elaine representing Turkey with the best of 1863.
About 25 centimeters away from the plasticine.
First 3 to advance to the final in the women's T53 100 meters.
Well, he has been tremendously consistent so far. It is not his best, but as it stands, 671 that was, which was only 6 centimeters off his best today. But look at those marks, very little between them all, and he stays in 5th. And he's 11 centimeters off the bronze.
Lewis is going to take it. Gao in second and Ballard in third.
Berdakov next to go then. The reigning European champion. Twice European long jump champion, twice European high jump champion, and world high jump champion in Doha in 2015. 683 is best so far.
Now is in fourth place.
Well, that's heading towards 7 meters. He's only 5 centimeters away from bronze right now. And Berdakov showing good consistency himself. His worst jump to date, 662. Jonsson's worst, 661. None of them have a foul yet, and that was good. That's a white flag.
So, the current medalist.
It's his second best attempt of the night. That's 678 from Berdakov. But it doesn't advance him any further. He's giving it a very good go. So the medalist still not troubled, not surpassed. Berdakov is best in the second round, 683. That, 678. Women's 100 metres T53 heats. They've been won by Sammy Kinghorn of Great Britain, 1639. Jessica Cooper-Lewis of Bermuda, 1674, lifetime best. Angie Ballard through, Alana Dupont through. You will see them in the final. Now we're seeing Aliyev lying in third position in the men's long jump T12. 688 is best. Couple of 685s as well. An extra 8 centimeters to go above one into silver. And he's got a good bit out, and that's a white flag as well. He was right on the board. Right on the actual board as well, beyond the chalk.
So while we wait that measurement for Aliyev,
that was an interesting one by the Azeri leaper.
695 is best. He's backed that up with 3 other
world champion in Doha 4 years ago. Silver medalist in Lyon in 2013, based in Baku. Does he go beyond the 688? Sufficiently far away from the plasticine. Obviously, for reasons we've explained previously. Takes a lot longer to measure this. It's 2 measurements.
Being displayed on the scoreboard.
Takeoff and landing. Aliyev goes into the silver medal position. He's above Wong. A brilliant attempt. Aliyev 7 meters dead. A season's best. And he goes into silver ahead of Wong Kar-gi.
Great series from Stoltman, 12:03, 12:22, 12:01, 12:16. 2 throws remaining for the Polish leader. So long jump, it is the current silver and gold medalists who are next to jump.
Bronze medalist as he now is, having been in second place throughout, but Aliyev surpassing him. Wong Kar-gi of Malaysia down into bronze.
But he has the immediate right to reply with this, his 5th jump.
Here he comes. It's around 7 meters as well.
Gets the white flag on that one, so we've now got a second 7-meter jumper. Kaji Wong has been very, very close. 6.95 is his best.
Well, 7 meters is all he needs to go back into second place and count back ahead of Aliyev. That's not far off it. Wong's season's best is 7.03, his lifetime best 7.22. Neither would be enough for gold, but they could certainly help him into silver. Used the board very well, close to the plasticine, heading out towards 7 meters. He's got it, he's got up into the silver medal position again, Wong, by 6 centimeters. Aliyev going out to 7 dead, but Wong, what a leap, 7.06, his season's best. He goes second again.
So next it's to the men's 1500 metres T13 final. The least of the visually impaired categories. And what a race this promises to be. What a long jump it's been as well, especially for this man. Daniel Saliev.
7.44 in the opening round, a new championship record. He's had 4 attempts, all beyond the outgoing championship record, and that looks to be another of them. Beyond 7 meters, certainly for Saliev. He is having a ball for Uzbekistan.
With the new championship record.
The defending world champion is looking very good. A lifetime best, surpassed 4 times already by him. 7.22 is his best going into today. 7.30, 7.34, 7.39, 7.44 to date. What's this one? It's his shortest attempt of the night, 7 meters 14. But Saliev still leads. He's on the brink of gold again. A wonderful set of marks. He leads. He's well clear.
Well, 14 to go in the men's 1500 metres T13. There are also 8 T12 runners who are going in this as well. Now the man to look out for, hard not to look out for him, Abdulatif Bakar. Won gold in Rio in 2016. You might have heard Will say a little bit earlier, faster than the Olympic champion, Matt Centrovitz, at the time. Quite some effort. He won gold in London 2 years ago, beating his brother Faoud into the silver medal position. Now Jared Clifford of Australia, their number 43, who broke the world record for the T12 category in Sydney earlier this year, back in April. So look out for him. 3:47.89 that time was. The world record held by Abdulatif Bakar. Also the championship record. Russia, of course, back in competition. Alexander Kostin, his best was 10th back in 2015. A lifetime best set this year of 3:53.06. Hisham Hannan of Morocco inside. Sixto Roman Moreto Criollo of Ecuador. Brilliant name. Let's hope his running matches up to it. Dabi Al-Tabi of Spain will go in shirt number 388. The second of 3 Russians in this one. Kulyatin, Yusuf Ben Ibrahim, gold over 5,000 metres 2 years ago in London. This though, the 1,500 metres. And then inside Joel Gomez. He also set his lifetime best this year, 4:03.22. El-Amin Shatouf, 7 years ago in London, he won the 5,000 metres 3 years ago in Rio, he won the marathon. Jared Clifford, who I said broke the world record in the T12s earlier this year in Sydney. Bronze back in 2017 in this one. Igor Sharov picked up silver back in London 2012. That was over 800 metres though. So this the longer distance. He's pushed himself this year. PB of 350.16. Nabil Makbala of Jordan. And 3 more athletes to come. Bereziuk of Ukraine. And Tunisia's Roui Jababli. But perhaps the biggest cheer may come for the man you can see on the right of the screen there, Abdelatif Baka. World record holder, championship record holder in the T13 category. So 3 3/4 laps for the 1500 metre distance. All about timing your run in this event. All about keeping the powder dry and all about the finish. Speed, precision and power at the end as they get away cleanly. No issues there. It's Clifford on the inside and Baka who's there with him. And Kuliatin moves out into the front, followed by Jared Clifford, and it is the Spaniard Adabi Al-Atabi who takes up 3rd position.
Yes, we've actually lost a starter straight away there who just jumped across the track. I'm not quite sure what happened there. So we're down to 13 now, and leading them out for Russia. Kostin's up there, Kuliatin is there as well. Sharov, who's definitely succeeded time after time. Clifford up there in 2nd place. Jared Clifford, the man based in Melbourne, the bronze medalist of the World Championships last time out in London. It was a peculiar start to this competition. The Australian is well positioned in 2nd spot, and Russia have got their 3 entrants up in the top 6, top 7 there. Kuliatin out in front, Sharov in 3rd, with Clifford dividing them, and Baka, the world and Paralympic champion, just tucked in behind them around 4th or 5th, but it's Kuliatin leading them through. Clifford up there as well, Sharov in 3rd.
Yeah, Kuliatin out in the front, but Clifford looking very solid in 2nd place. Baka's back in around 5th or 6th position at the moment, just working his way around the outside, but Kuliatin out in front, Clifford just tracking him there, using him as a pacemaker. So we're coming down. There'll be 2 laps remaining as they go across the line here. Kuliatin in front. It is Clifford in 2nd position. Baka just back there in 4th position, just probably 5 or 6 metres back, just working his way through the field. They're bunched in there. There's a couple who have dropped off the back, but at this stage it's looking like we're going to be heading for quite some finish. They've got, what, around 700 metres remaining. They're up to the 2-minute mark at the moment. Not the fastest pace on that we've seen, but Clifford is very solid there in 2nd position, the Australian, just waiting in there as Baka is in 5th position, and a few of them now starting to make a move. They're coming around with 200 metres before they take the bell.
And Jababli of Tunisia in his first major championship has moved up well also. And he looks to have shot up into 3rd place. It's really tightening up here. That is so impressive from the youngster. Jababli of Tunisia, the 22-year-old, is now in 3rd place. Penultimate time in the final straight. And in the top 6, 3 from Russia. They're back, they're well back. The bell is on the way. Kuliatin leads. Clifford now moving up as they come for the bell, and also moving up well for Russia's Kostin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Russia have got 3 up there in the top 5 now. Jababli tucked in. It's Jared Clifford against 3 from Russia right now, and Clifford has gone into the lead with 300 metres to go, and now the pace has gone. Clifford away, looks to bring Kuliatin with him. The pace is up, Russia 2, 3 and 4 now, and they're ganging up on Clifford here. but Jared Clifford still out in front for Australia with 200 metres to go. Can he hang on? Can he stay up into the lead here? Clifford is putting in a great track here. The world bronze medalist in London 2 years ago. There's a big fight going in behind him, but Clifford still leads. He looks to have done enough. Guilliotin is forcing his way. The Paralympic champion back up in the third. Clifford's hanging on. Guilliotin in second place, back in third. And what a win! What a win for Jared Clifford for Australia. And it's a new world record in T12 for Jared Clifford. 3:47.78. Breaks his mark set in Sydney back in April by 11 hundredths. But what a finish and what resolve by Clifford. He'd a big fight on his hands. Jababli was up there for a little bit. Guilliotin forced his way up all the way, but couldn't overtake this man. It is a world record for Jared Clifford for Australia. World champion for the first time. It's a new European record for Guilliotin in second. 3:47.91, just outside Clifford's old world record of 3:47.89. Fought back all the way, Guilliotin. Got the European record, but not the world record. Clifford with a cheeky little look behind him on the line, and he knew he'd taken it. The world and Paralympic champion, Baka, turned over in third. Bronze for the Algerian. But that was a magnificent win. And worth reminding you, that was also faster than the Olympic 1500 metres final, but obviously it was a very, very tactical race there. Clifford, the world champion. A couple of European records. Sharaf has done it in the T13 himself, 3:50.60. And Baka with a T13 championship record.
And in fact, we've just seen the measurement for Aliyev. He's going to take the bronze medal. 2 jumps remaining. This is Karji Wong of Malaysia now on the runway.
Well, back we go to the long jump. And what a long jump it has been for this man. Karji Wong, his final attempt. He's pushed the boundaries. He may not have gone further than what he had already. It was a 7:06. Which means that Donya Saliev of Uzbekistan has defended the gold medal he picked up 2 years ago in London.
So on the screen you can see the unfolding story in that T12 men's long jump.
Kamil Aliyev in the bronze medal position, a season best for him. In his 5th jump of 7 metres exactly. Karji Wong, just under the 7 metre mark, but he'll take the silver medal. 6:93, a season best in his 5th jump. Karji Wong, the silver medalist for Malaysia. But it will all be about a victory lap for Uzbekistan's Donya Saliev. He smashed the championship record that Hilton Langenhoven had held since 2006. In his very first jump, he jumped 7.44. It was 3 centimetres off the world record set 10 years ago.
Here we go.
Can he beat it here?
Uzbekistan have got gold.
He's loose, he's relaxed.
This is his jump.
He's Donya Saliev. Well, he's laid everything out there. But it's not going to be an improvement.
He gets out of the sand very quickly, which is always a good sign for a long measurements.
I don't think he'll mind too much though, because he's taken the Uzbekistan flag, he's given the cuddles. He knows he's a gold medalist. for the second successive time in the men's long jump T12 category. 6 perfectly legal jumps. And 6, I suspect, that will be all over the 7 metre mark, including this one.
So we're just awaiting the measurement of that final jump. He's already got the flag, the new world champion.
The celebrations have already begun though. Why wouldn't they?
No improvement, a championship record and gold for Saliev.
It is over 7 metres. It isn't an improvement though. 7:22 championship record with his first one. 6 very big jumps over 7 metres. He is the gold medalist. He is Donier Saliev. So there's confirmation, a championship record for Saliev. Kaji Wong of Malaysia with a silver medal for him, 7:06 and a season best. Kamal Aliev with a season best for him as well, 7 metres exactly. Hilton Langenhoven losing his championship record. A disappointing event for him, finishing down in 6th position for the South African.
The lead is now with Egor Zapinis of Latvia, 21:05. Then Piotr Kozovic of Poland, 20:58. And then for India, Ajit Kumar Panchal at 19:24. 2 throwers still to come. It will be Kumar for India and Jachimovic of Poland.
So just a reminder of that men's 1500 metres T13, Jared Clifford taking the gold and the world record too, 3:47.78. Kulyatin of Russia with a European record in second for T12, Bakker championship record T13 in third, and Igor Sharov a European record for T13 in fourth.
Of the women's T12 400 metres.
الآن سباق 400 متر سيدات فئة T12 الدور الأول التصفية الأولى.
In lane 7, representing Venezuela,
حارة 7 ممثلة فنزويلا.
Alejandro Perez Lopez. In lane 5, ranked number 5 in the world for Spain.
So a new field event. It is the men's shot put F11. It is complete visual impairments. 16 are in this final. We've had, as you might expect, quite a few no throws so far. Our leader for Iran, Mahdi Olad, with an Asian record, 14:06. This is round 2, and this is Alessandro Rodrigo da Silva, 13 meters 18 in the opening round, has him in 4th.
So 5 field events this evening. We've seen plenty of long jump. Now we're at the shot put. And that is just inside the white marking you can see out there. Almost a foul throw. But for the Brazilian, he's 3 centimetres off a medal position. This is an event which takes a lot of concentration. So Da Silva, well, he seems to have improved It was just inside 13.38. It takes him up into the bronze medal position. 20 centimetres he added to his opening throw. Next up, Alvaro del Americano of Spain. No issues with that one. White flag shown. He's currently in 7th position. 11.84 with his first throw. So he's got some to go to be moving up anywhere near the medal positions.
Venezuela third with Alejandro Perez Lopez.
الأولى في هذا السباق ممثلة أوكرانيا، الثانية ممثلة إسبانيا، والمركز الثالث ممثلة فنزويلا.
He's certainly improved. He's improved by some distance. 50 centimetres he's improved by. 12.34 is up into 6th position. So Russia back to international competition after a parasport exclusion for the last 3 years. And here is Shatilov. Debut this year. And that one though is a wholehearted effort. You can hear him as he let the shot flying. Good balance by Shatilov.
In that F11 men's shot
Lifetime best of 13.69.
We're partway through round 2. It's a big field of 16 competitors. The lead is with Iran and
For the
Olad, who has thrown an
36-year-old.
of 14.06.
An improvement as well, 12.72. So he's now in 5th position. Sergei Shatilov of Russia. Next up from Jordan, currently in 11th position, Abdallah Al-Shafi. He won't be improving after that one. An improvement for Al-Shafi's 1 centimetre shy of the 10-metre mark, 9.99. He stays 11th. Now here's the man who's yet to record a mark, Petteri Petso of Finland. A foul with his opener. He has thrown 11.28 this year. He's going to need that and more. That's the foul though. Poor release. Outside the lines. So that is 2 successive no throws for the man from Finland. Well, here's the man who leads. Olad, who switched from Taekwondo to para-athletics, and well, that seems a pretty good move. Opening throw of 14.06. What does he have here? Nothing anywhere near it. So he walks across, takes the red flag. He won't improve, but he stays 30 centimetres clear of Miljenko Vukic of Croatia, who's in the silver medal position after his opening throw. Confirmation there for Olad of Iran, who stays in the gold medal position regardless.
So Juan Carlos Caballero, he's one of the 3 athletes out of the 16 yet to register a mark. A no throw in the opening round for the Panamanian. 10.21, his lifetime best set this year. It would put him into the top 10 if he could emulate that. And that's another foul. So he's still at the bottom of the pile, along with Petri Pietso of Finland, who've had 2 attempts but 2 no throws. Lots of red for him so far.
Well, here's the Croatian Vukic in second position.
Yeah, he's
But his
the
second
last
attempt.
2 Europeans. Bronze in Berlin last year. Silver prior to that, 2016, in Grosseto. He's had a lifetime best already tonight of 13.76, and that looks impressive as well. And he's got a white flag. Now, Vucic might have done something major there. Olad with that new Asian record of 14.06 in the opening round. He's had a no throw in round 2, and Vucic put a huge amount into that. Well, that looks to be surely an improvement on his lifetime best in the opening round. 14.06, the target, and he has done it. 14.42, and that is over a metre beyond his lifetime best going into this. He's in the gold medal position after 2 rounds, Vucic, 14.42. He's never won a global medal before, having finished 4th in the shot put in London 2 years ago. Miroslav Madzi now of Poland, lying in 10th place with 10 meters 20 in the opening round. Madzi with his lifetime best set this year of 12.22. That would only be enough for 7th right now. And that is just it. Doesn't really look if it has improved, and it has. 11.09, and he climbs 1 place up into 9th above Ali Assad of Syria, but Madzi needs another 2 meters to be in contention for the medals. Three athletes currently without a mark, and here's the third of them. Second attempt for Charles Atangana and Sama of Cameroon. 10 meters dead His lifetime best set this year. It's not very far away from that. His first major championship, he was in the start list for the 100 metres. In the World Championships in Doha. I know some nations had visa problems for that and for Lyon 2 years earlier. Quite a few teams ended up withdrawing late. He's gone into 13th. That does register 8 metres 56. Quick track update for you. Women's 400 metres T12. The heat so far won by Oksana Baturchuk, Ukraine, 55.08. Amara Javan, Cuba, has just taken hers 55.30. Quite conservative for her. Remember, all the track finals will be live. Preliminary rounds, maybe not so much. Yagodin now. Currently lying in 12th place. The big Moldovan, and will probably stay 12th after that as well. 9:18 in the opening round. 9:99, the spot above him, Abdallah Al-Shafei. Emergency for Igadin. Needs 11 metres to have all 6 strokes. And he has improved. It's 9 metres 52, but he stays in 12th place in this F11 men's shot put final. Complete visual impairment, remember. Currently lying in 4th for Iran, Nur Mohammad Areki with 13.21. An improvement of 17 centimetres needed to get into the medals. Wow, that definitely looks to be beyond, well beyond 13 metres. $13.21 is best in the opening round. 13.38 is bronze for De Silva at the moment. And Areki, silver in the shot in the Asian Para Games, trying to make himself a live contender here. Silver in the shot, 5th in the discus. He was in Jakarta. And that is so close to his best of the night. 13 metres 18. And he stays in 4th position. Saavedra of Panama in 14th spot with 8.29. Panama with a larger team than usual here. Needs an extra 3 metres and a bit. He has been the Panamanian Association of Vision Impairment president and also president of the Panama Trekking Association. He knows the way to go.
One thing I always like about the T11, F11 category, sometimes they come up with weird and wacky designs on those face masks. The most famous, the Italian double Paralympic Games shot put champion, Assunta Legnante. Now, she actually threw it out there before these championships to get a design to see who would come up with the best one for her to wear. This one's not bad. That Baskov is wearing. In 7th position at the moment. Looks like he's got the pussycat eyes. Bit of purple on there. Quite like it. Hard to see. Needs to be a bit more explosive on the face there, so it really stands out.
Nikoliev has got a decent one himself. Paskakov 11.86 in the opening round, and that doesn't really look as if it's going to improve. Needs exactly 1.5 meters to get up towards the bronze medal.
Well, I like this next one. As we look at the Baskakov's throw there. Looks like he's improved on his opening 2 throws. What's he come up with? 12.34. Quite some improvement. He's in the 6th position, Igor Baskakov. But this here is what I was talking about. Saikajev of Uzbekistan. He's in 8th position, lifetime best of 11.46 with his last throw. But his facial wear is something to behold. Well, he's put all his effort into that one. He's got the white flag. Does he have the improvement? Full extension, full range of movement, but is it the full result? He's gone 11.21, 11.46. He's in 8th position. Where is he now? He's still in 8th position, 11.20. No improvement. He's worse so far. But the eyewear is up there. Ali Assad of Syria. A foul and 10.61. His lifetime best coming into this. Much, much better than that. A few words of advice as we watch the replay of Assad's 3rd throw. Certainly looked an improvement on 10.61, which he threw with his 2nd. His first a foul, and it is an improvement. 11.55, but he's in 8th position still. He's happy though. Good to see.
Back to Alessandro Rodrigo da Silva again, currently in the bronze medal position with his 13.38 in the 2nd round. 13.18 he started with. $13.54 his lifetime best, which is only 16 centimeters beyond this. His season's best, very close to what he's already thrown, and is that? It is a red flag, just outside the quadrant. So he doesn't improve. He won't go above 3rd as he reaches the halfway point of his competition, but there's still a bit to go in the overall event. The reigning Paralympic and world discus champion. Just outside the quadrant. Next to go for Spain, Alvaro del Amo Caño.
Currently in 7th position. And that one's not going to be pushing the medals. $11.84, $12.34 for Alvaro del Amocano in 7th position. It's a packed old field in this one. Loads of them to get through. 11.85, no improvement, stays 7th. So Shatilov returns. Sergei Shatilov of Russia in 5th place. Needs to find about half a metre or so. And if effort is anything to go by, he would have found it. But sometimes the human body doesn't work that way. Look good though. Has he improved? Maybe a little. Well, the thumbs up show you that he probably has, and he has, by 5 centimetres. He stays 5th. Jordan's Abdallah Al-Shafi returns. Well, if we thought Shatilov had some work to do, this man here, Al-Shafi, has got even more. He's in 11th. Almost broke the 10-metre barrier with his last. He was 1 centimetre shy. What's he got left? Throw number 3. Oh! Maybe not enough, is the answer.
Just a reminder of the top 3 in this. Vucic with the lifetime best, 14.42 as our leader. Olad of Iran in 2nd. Asian record of 14.06. And Alessandro Rodrigo da Silva in 3rd for Brazil, 13.38. 9.36, he doesn't improve. Coming up in around 15 minutes time is the men's 1500 meters T46 final. David Among, the reigning world champion, goes in that, and the Paralympic champion Samir Nouawi as well. Men's 800 meters T36, Paul Blake, the 400 meters Paralympic champion, going in that. The former world champion overall, Jose Pampano, Jose Miguel Gonzalez. And the men's 100 meters T51, where Tony Peaceman has a chance for Finland. And here's his compatriot, yet to register a mark in this men's F11 shot put final, Petteri Pietso. That looks to be beyond 10 meters, and he gets the white flag. And that's what he wanted to do. 11.28 his lifetime best set this year. He's reached the World and European Championship finals in goalball, beaten in both in 14 and 15. European champions, though, in 2011 for Finland. 4th in the discus at the Europeans last year in Berlin. Off the mark here, 10 meters 44, and he goes into 11th. But here's the man lying second, the new Asian record holder, Mahdi Olad of Iran, 14.06 in the opening round. No mark in round 2. 14:42 the lead, currently held by Vucic. The reigning Asian Games champion in shot and discus. Based in Tehran. Olad put a lot into that. It's heading out towards 14 meters again. But has he surpassed Vucic's mark from the second round? This is just about the only event on at the moment. No action on the track for another 10 minutes. No problem with it being inside the quadrant. It's another good effort by Olad, but it doesn't improve on the 14.06 from round one that had him in the lead for quite a bit. 13 meters 57, and he stays in the silver medal mark.
Well, 16 started out in this. Men's shot put F11 final. Milenko Vucic leads, but it's Juan Carlos Caballero of Panama. 2 fouls to start with. This one is a mark. White flag given, so he's on the board. Third time lucky. Panama currently occupy 15th and 16th position, the bottom two. This one, though, may well lift them out of that problematic situation. Around the 9 metre mark, so there is a chance that he might go past Charles Antigana and Sama, and he does just that. He moves up in the 14th position, so the Cameroonian moves to 15th, and Saavedra remains in 16th position. Caballero, though, his first illegal throw, 8.88. But here is the man who's in the lead, the Croatian, Milenko Vucic. 13.76, 14.42, a lifetime best. This one, his third attempt. $13.40, his lifetime best before this event. That is huge as well. So 13.40 coming into it. He throws 13.76, improves by 36 centimetres, and then 14.42 for his second. He's 36 centimetres in front at the moment. I say at the moment because this is out there around that mark as well. He's finding the mark, and he's finding it well. And he's showing that marvellous thing you need in sports sometimes, consistency. There it is again, no improvement. 12 centimetres off his second round throw. 14.30, but he stays in first place. Does the man from Croatia. Miroslav Mazia of Poland in 10th position. Two more to throw their third attempts after this one from Mazia. Just inside, just inside. I thought I was heading out for a moment. Well, if he went anywhere near his lifetime best, he'd put himself up into 8th position. That isn't going to be the case, though. just slid it out to the left-hand side then. 9.66, his worst of his 3 throws so far, so he stays in 10th place. Charles Ntangana Sama of Cameroon. Just being helped into position. A foul, 8.56, and this is third. That won't be an improvement. So he'll stay second from bottom of the pile in 15th. Roger Saavedra of Panama holding them up at the moment. Red flag given, so no improvement. 8.56, 2 red flags sandwiched in the middle with an 8.56. So the last of the throwers for the third round, Evgeny Iguain of Moldova. Both his opening throws were legal, 9.18 and 9.52. That one's legal as well, but it won't, sadly, lift him any higher. 10.22 is lifetime best. He hasn't gone anywhere near that. $9.43, so no improvement. He stays 13. So track action to come still here this evening in Dubai. In about 6 or 7 minutes, the men's 1500 metres T46 final, followed by the men's 800 metres T36, and also the men's 100 metres T51 final. Peter Hennen of Belgium up against Tony Pispinen of Finland. They've been around fighting each other over the years. Pispinen has had Hennen get the better of him lately though. And here's the last 8 to move through to the final 3 throws. Vukic, Olad and Da Silva are currently in the gold, silver and bronze medal positions.
Vucic was that lifetime best of 14.42 in the second round. Olad with a lifetime best as well, and a national record, an Asian record for Iran, 14.06. Alessandro Rodrigo da Silva in third for Brazil, 13.38. You see action over on the far side is mounting. The next final on the track. On the way, it is the men's 1500 metres T46. Paralympic champion goes in this, and the reigning world champion and the Pan Am champion and the Asian Games champion coming head to head. The world record holder is in this also. Michael Roger for Australia. 3:46.51 set in Sydney 2 years ago. World marathon champion claimed in London back in April. So the World Championships have been separated since Doha for the first time 4 years ago. Last time the marathons were part of the Total World Championships Lyon 6 years back. Field of 15 in this decider. And it's quality all the way. Marafyan Maradelov of Uzbekistan on the near side, one of those reigning continental champions. So 15 in this field, the Asian Games champion Maradelov of Uzbekistan, the former European champion Yaramchuk of Russia, the Pan Am champion from a few months ago in Lima, Mauricio Orrego of Chile, the reigning world champion from Uganda, David Among. Mavunyi of Rwanda, the former world champion, and the reigning Paralympic champion, Samir Noua of Algeria, all go in this. And Michael Roger, the marathon world champion also. So much quality right across the field, and that includes Johannes Bessel of Germany, the European bronze medalist on the home soil in Brazil last year from Hanover. A para-badminton German championship bronze medalist 3 years ago, paracyclist as well. Alongside him, for Algeria, the reigning Paralympic 1500 meters champion. Champion, 3 world titles in a row, but was dethroned in London, Samir Nouria. World record holder, marathon world champion. Bronze in Rio, Michael Roger for Australia. For Malaysia. Silver in the Asian Para Games in Jakarta last year, Mohammed Haishim. Stanley Missick of Kenya, his first World Championships. 800 meters world champion in Lyon of the World Championships in 2013 for Rwanda, Amos Mavunyi. First major championship for Ethiopia's Gemeku Dinza. He's a 3:59 man. Alongside him, the reigning European champion for Bulgaria, Ristan Stoyanov. First major championship as well for Kenya's Wesley Sang, who, like Stanley Mizik, was entered in 2017, but they didn't get to the country. For Burundi, 5th in the 5,000 meters in Beijing in 08, Remy Nico Bimesi. The reigning world champion then for Uganda, claimed in London 2 years ago, David Among. Silver in the 1500 meters in the Paralympic Games in Rio. For Chile, the Pan Am champion, Mauricio Orrego. Before the ban, the 2016 European champion in Grosseto for Russia, Alexander Yaramchuk. First major championship for the Angolan, Manuel Jaime. And the reigning Asian Games champion in this huge field. He's won the last 2 Asian titles for Uzbekistan, Marafjan Maradolev. His coach is Sada Abduk Holilov, the man they call Maruf. 15 in this final, the men's 1500 meters, T46. For single arm amputees. We are away then. Mordelayev, Jaime, Yaramchuk, Orrego, Emong, Nikomamesi, Sang, Stoyanov, Dinza, Mavunyi, Missick, Mohammed, Roger, Noia and Bessel. Michael Roger taking a great position towards the front straight away. And for Russia, Alexander Yaramchuk also, who was European champion in 2016, and maybe in his mind he still is. He didn't get to defend the title because of the ban on Russia. Mizik on the outside, the major champion debutant. Nicomanesi there as well, and Stoyanov, the reigning European champion, the man who replaced Yaremchuk in the standings as they go through with 3 to go.
So it's Russia in first, Australia in second, and Kenya in third. And Misick is working his way around the outside. Michael Roger sitting there strongly in second position. Roger won the men's marathon back in London this year, so he's had a decent year, both on the road and on the track, and he's looking very strong as he moves to the front. Halfway through this lap, all bunched up, with a couple falling off at the back. It's Roger who leads them. It's the Russian Yaremchuk who's in second position. Now, he also competed in cross-country skiing as well, so there's no doubt about his stamina. He's going to get through this event and be there or thereabouts towards the end. Misick is still there, just dropped back slightly now. But there is Roger in front, it's Russia in second, and it is Stoyanov, bronze medalist back in 2017, with 2 laps to go, who goes across in third place.
It's Roger, Yaremchuk, Stoyanov making a move now. Dinsa of Ethiopia in his first major championship. And the reigning, defending world champion David Among of Uganda moves up into 5th spot. They're spreading out a little bit, but Among has not gone away at all. But Michael Roger, the marathon world champion, that success in London earlier this year. He's been winning major championship medals since those 2 bronzes in Lyon at the Worlds in 2013. He's out in front for Australia, who've already taken a big victory tonight with Jerry Clifford. But he still hasn't been able to shake off the former European champion from 3 years ago in Grosseto. Alexander Yaremchuk in second, the reigning European champion in third, the reigning world champion in fourth. And it looks to be between these 4 now. It's Roger out in front, Yaremchuk, Stoyanov, Amon, and Yaremchuk takes the lead at the bell. Roger drops to third, and the last 2 European champions take it up with 400 to go.
Yeah, Amon there looked like he was really coming to a struggle as they came across for the bell, but he's picked it up again, and Roger's dropped back into second place. It is certainly a race in 4 for these 3 medals. It is Roger, though, who's pushed again to try and get back to the front, and he does that down the inside, but Stoyanov has really gone out there with 250 to go. But here comes Amon, and Amon down the outside. He's moved around as well. Roger trying to stay with them. Can he do it? They're working their way around. Yaremchuk looks to have dropped off the back. Amon, gold medalist 2 years ago. He's now in third place. Roger's trying to get there, but at the moment it looks like it is going to be the man down the outside there, and Stoyanov, who picked up the bronze medal 2 years ago in London. He's going to hold off the field. It is going to be Christian Stoyanov of Bulgaria, who crosses in 3:50.87. Michael Roger comes across for silver, and in third place, it's the gold medalist from 2017, Uganda's first ever at a Para World Championships, David Amon, who takes the bronze medal. 3:50.87 is a new championship record for Stoyanov of Bulgaria. Well, that was a outstanding race. It was down to 4 with a lap to go. It came down to 3 with 200 meters to go, and it's that man there, Stoyanov of Bulgaria, and a new championship record of 3:50.87, who holds off Michael Roger, the marathon world champion of Australia, who took bronze in 2015, not far from here in Doha. He took bronze in Rio the year after that, and it was the man who was the gold medalist 2 years ago, David Amon, who takes the bronze.
And that looks like a European record for Stoyanov as well, 3:50.87, a continental record, an Oceania record for Michael Roger as well, to take the silver. But all those different champions, all those medals from major recent games, Michael Roger being tremendously congratulated as he takes up a World Championship silver on the track for the first time. It was 3 bronzes previously, that marathon title in London on the road, but on the track it's silver for the first time, and the European champion is now the world champion too, Stoyanov.
Well, this is the last lap, and there were 4 in it then. Now the Russian Rumchuk had really stuck with it for those first 3.5 laps, but he just fell away in the last quarter of it with 200 to go. And there's Emong, you can see, really struggled there at that point. It looked like they almost collided with each other. He and Roger, but the beneficiary of all that was the man who took the win, Christian Stoyanov of Bulgaria. Number 8 on his shorts. Number 1 though, when it comes to where he finished. Roger in second, and in the background there you can see the man who picked up gold a couple of years ago, David Emong of Uganda.
Let's give you the final result
with the bronze medal this time. Joy for Stoyanov, despair for all the others.
With Robert Jakimovic. It was silver to Poland with Piotr Kozovic, and it was gold for Latvia. Egars Apinis with 21.05.
7 of the top 8 with lifetime bests in this. Yaremchuk, the former European champion, returning with Russia. The only one who didn't get a lifetime best, and in fact, of the top 13, only 3 did not get lifetime bests. The results are on hold, by the way, we understand. Incidents involving Emong and Misic.
And I just wonder about the Emong incident,
yeah,
whether it was Roger with about 150 metres to go there, where he looked like he clipped his heel somewhat.
So that result is not finalised yet. Roger's been disqualified. Roger's been disqualified. He doesn't get the silver. Emong promoted to silver, and Yaremchuk gets the bronze for Russia. And Michael Roger, who finished second, his first World Championship silver on the track, it's been taken away.
Well, clearly that's come down to the incident with 150 metres to go when Emong has clipped the heels of Michael Roger. I'm just wondering whether Roger maybe moved outward slightly that made Emong collide into him and almost lose his balance and go over, but he held on to it. He's been promoted up into second position. Well, we saw Michael Roger, didn't we, a moment or two ago, celebrating with friends, with family, with teammates. The despair we can see at the moment. And
Emong has been disqualified.
Emong as well.
Emong has been disqualified as well. Emong and Roger both disqualified. Yaremchuk up to silver, and Dinsa now the bronze for Ethiopia out of nowhere. This is amazing.
Well, we just saw pictures there of Michael Roger. Despair for him. Despair for the man who won 2 years ago, David Emong. We thought he'd gone up in a second position. He's disqualified as well. So that would mean Yaremchuk takes the silver medal, and Ethiopia's Dinsa will pick up, in a lifetime best for him, the bronze.
The final of the men's 800 metres, T36. Coordination impairments, and 5 go in this final. The 3-time 800 metres world champion Paul Blake goes in this, but we did not see him in London. The Paralympic 400 metres champion he is too. And Baghdad Yelibayev of Kazakhstan does not start. Due to be his first major championship, well, he'll have to enter something else now. Starting off with lane 7 for Algeria, 4th in the 800 metres in the World Championships in Doha across the Gulf, and 4th in Rio at the Paralympic Games, Sidali Bouzeri. In lane 6 for Spain. Bronze at the 1500 metres of the Worlds in 2013 in Lyon. silver in the Europeans last year and a previous silver in the 1500. In 2004, that's Jose Pompano, the reigning Paralympic champion over 400 metres. Paul Blake of Great Britain is in lane 5. And in 4 for Spain, 5 times World Championship medalist and the reigning European champion, Jose Manuel Gonzalez of Spain. Three of the 4 have won medals at one time or another. Paul Blake, whose father also Paul Blake, long-time actor. So Gonzalez in 4, Blake in 5, Pompano in 6, and Buzarine in 7 in this men's 800 metres T36 final. Blake with that tremendous success in Rio in the 400 metres. World champion over 800 in Christchurch 2011, Lyon 2013, and Doha 2015. And right now, it's looking very strong between him and Buzarine of Algeria. Now remember, it's a coordination impairment category, and Blake has gone out in front with 600 to go. Look at the gap between the top 2 and the next 2. And could it be that the main battle is going to be for bronze? Blake has gone out very strongly here. Buzarine in 2nd. But Blake looks so confident, and he's going to take the bell here as he looks to be world champion for the 4th time out of 5. And he's extending the advantage. It's the 2 Spaniards in 3rd and 4th, Gonzalez and Pompano. But Paul Blake looks so assured here. And Buzarine looks to be a beaten man now. 300 metres to go. And Blake has got a massive lead here. Coached by the Canadian Rob Elchuk. He's from Team Bath AC. And the gap is around 30 metres now. Buzarine has never won a major championship medal before. It's Spain 3 and 4 right now. That is the major battle. Pompano in the bronze medal position, Gonzalez in 4th. But there's absolutely no doubt about the man out in front. The championship record held by Paul Blake. He's on the way here. His father was Greedo in Star Wars. Blake shot first. World champion for a 4th time. 207.44. Buzarine gets the silver. That around 210. And quite a battle between the 2 Spanish. It's going to be Pompano with the bronze. Gonzalez in 4. But 207.44 the winning time. And that is the season's best by 3 seconds for Paul Blake. Buzarine with the silver medal, but Paul Blake looked really good in that T36 final. Well, it would have meant so much for the same glory to have come in London, but he has dominated this on the World Championship stage. Silver in the 800 in Rio, but he won gold in the 4. Pompano gets the bronze, Buzarine the silver, but Paul Blake wins Great Britain's first gold in Dubai.
Well, one more final to come on the track after this one. It'll be the men's 100 metres T51, but this one here was Paul Blake over and over for the 2 laps. He took the lead early on. It became a race in 2. It also became a race in 2 for 3rd place. Pompano picking it up ahead of Gonzalez. But you never quite know in the coordination impairment categories whether someone's going to tighten up even in the last 50 metres or so.
It's a great victory again for Paul Blake, for Great Britain. It's not that far off his championship record, which came in Lyon and which still represents his lifetime best. A victory that means the world. World champion for a fourth time. He was captain in Doha in his previous World Championships in 2015. Paul Blake takes the gold, 207.44. Bouzarin the silver of Algeria, and Pampano the bronze for Spain.
So here's the confirmation of the 1500 metres. 2 disqualifications. David Imong, who had finished third. Michael Roger, who had finished with a silver medal, both disqualified. Stoyanov, championship record in first place with the gold medal. Yurumchuk and Dinza pick up second and third. The last of the finals in this first evening session of the 2019 World Para-Athletics Championships. The men's 100 metres T51 promises to be an absolute cracker. Toni Pispinen of Finland will go up against his great rival, Peter Hennen of Belgium. They'll go from lanes 4 and 5. Confirmation of the field, 7 who go. Hennen holds the world record and the championship record. The championship record set in Doha back in 2015 when he won gold there, and last year he set in Knotville a new world record. Helder Mestre of Portugal will go from lane 3. He was 5th in London 2 years ago. Toni Pispinen, what hasn't he won? 2011 he took the silver, 2012 in London gold, 2013 gold in Leon, silver medalist. 2 years ago in London. Outside him from Belgium, Peter Hennen won gold back in 2015 and the 400 as well. In 2016 he won the 1 and the 400 metres. In 2017 he won the 100 and the 400 metres gold. He is someone who should be truly treasured as a para-athlete. From Mexico, Edgar Cesaro Navarro Sanchez. He won gold in the 1 and 2 back in 2011 in Christchurch. He also won 200 metre gold in 2013. In 2017 in this event, he finished 4th, just outside the medals. Roger Habsch was a hand cycling international in the past as well. Great strength. And Mohamed Barahal of Algeria, he won gold in the discus in 2012 and 13. He was bronze in this 2 years ago in London. And rounding up on the outside, a best of 8 2 years ago, the former para swimmer João Correa of Portugal.
Lane 3 to 9 in action in the final of the men's T51 100 metres.
So all set to go. Mestre in 3, Pispinen in 4, Hennen in 5, Navarro Sanchez in 6, Habsch of Belgium in 7, the second of the Belgian athletes. Berahal of Algeria goes in 7, and on the outside there, wearing the number 9, it is Correa of Portugal. So the man with his head down on the right there.
On your mark.
Peter Hennen on the right of screen. Championship and world record holder up against his long-term rival, Toni Pispinen, who's 43 years of age but still doing it brilliantly with a lifetime best set this year, and they get away, no problems there whatsoever. It's Pispinen who gets away the quickest. Hennen with him as well in this T51 category. limb deficiency now. It is Pispinen who's out in front at the moment. The question is, can he hold on? Because Peter Hennen comes hard, but it is Pispinen who's going to hold on. Pispinen wins it. Again, it's Hennen, and in third place, it is Navarro Sanchez of Mexico. Well, that is a turn up for the books. Tony Pispinen, he got out quick, and Peter Hennen, he usually, in that middle section, pushes through and goes ahead of anyone who's in front of him, but it didn't happen this time. The man who was a karate expert who got injured doing karate, Tony Pispinen, all those years ago, has come up with not only that, a gold, but a championship record, 20.33, breaking Hennen's record that he set 4 years ago in Doha. Outstanding work from the man who's been around for a long, long time. He's won plenty, he's been pipped in plenty, but Tony Pispinen got away the quickest of all, out of the blocks quick. Hennen tried to go with him, and you thought at that point there that Hennen would make up the difference, but Pispinen puts the head down, pushes ahead. He's a length ahead, he wins it by half a length. Navarro Sanchez in third, but it was the two out in front. On the right of screen from Finland, Tony Pispinen, and Belgium's Peter Hennen, who did hold the championship record until that point right there, when Pispinen of Finland
leading for Croatia.
One out.
Olad of Iran in second.
It's been a while since he won gold. It came in Lyon back in 2013. He's been disappointed in the last two World Para-Athletics Championships. No disappointment here though. Pispinen takes gold. He is the champion in the men's 100 metres T51 category. And there is the confirmation of a championship record, 20.33. Peter Hennen, he's been displaced. He's in second. Navarro Sanchez of Mexico comes home in the bronze medal position in 22.48.
Silver for Belgium, for Peter Hennen, and a quick moment to remember Marieke Vervoet, the beast from Diest, who won 3 world titles for Belgium in Doha in 2015, the 100 metres world champion in London 2012, who passed away at the age of 40 last month.
When I met you in the summer.
Shatlov of Russia is
great
in
athlete.
Place. And very good series.
Well remembered, well missed certainly.
12:58, waiting the measurement.
Berahal disqualified, by the way, in that 100 metres T51 final. It was obstruction, incidentally, that did for Michael Roger in that 1500 metres final. It was rule 18.2b, and the same rule saw Emong disqualified also. Gold for Finland and Pispinen.
3 athletes throwing in the women's javelin F54. The athlete in the throw zone at the moment is Francisca Mardones Sepulveda of Chile. She's thrown a personal best. She's in 6th place. It is still Ogunwa of Nigeria leading for Yang of China, and Mogacheva of Russia in 3rd. 2 athletes still to follow. It will be Hania Aidi of Tunisia and Yaniv Torres Martinez, but it's 3 more throws for the Chilean athlete first.
الشاشة تظهر لنا نتائج المسابقات رمي الرمح سيدات.
Bulgaria with 2 gold medals so far here, claimed by Hriston Stoyanov for the men's 1500 meters T46. And Rushdie, so good they named him twice, and the men's shot put F55. Australia, Brazil, Finland, Great Britain, Latvia with golds as well, because Aigars Apines has won the men's discus F52.
Two great names, Igas Apinas and Rusty. Always, never fail to disappoint in any way. Well, it's been a good night for Brazil. Good selfie. I like that style. Smile. You're allowed to.
Shot put, the leading two throwers are next in the circle. It will be Mahdi Olad of Iran, followed
So the
by
question is,
Vucic
how will
of
Japan
Croatia
do
to conclude
at these
round 5 out of
championships?
6.
Hasn't been the greatest of first days. They've got some work to do.
Quick word about the women's javelin, F54. That has just about been won by Flora Ogwonwa of Nigeria with 18.38. Now she's currently leading. There's still actually a few to throw in that because it's all 6 throws at once. Rounding off the track on the opening day, the men's 1500 meters T11 complete visual impairment. 6 going in this, the first 2 to automatically qualify for the final. And we've the reigning world and Paralympic champion going in this in the form of Samuel
Final
Kimani.
track event of day 1. It's the round 1 heats of the T11 men's 1500
All
meters.
with guides, that is obligatory.
نواصل سباقات المضمار 1500 متر رجال فئة تي 11 الدور الأول التصفية الأولى.
Six athletes in each of 2 heats. The first 2 will go through to the final. Big put from Vucic.
4 of the 6 here have won major titles. Manuel Garnica of Spain, the reigning 5,000 meters European champion. Samuel Kimani of Kenya, the reigning world and Paralympic champion over 1,500 meters and 5,000. Hasan Kasara of Turkey, the former European champion. Rogers Kiprop, his major championship debut. The former Asian Games champion from 2014. Over 8:15 and 5,000, Chinya Wada of Japan. And Julio Cesar Agrippino of Brazil, whose best championship result, 12th in the 1,500 meters at the Paralympic Games in Rio.
Has been able to make any inroads on that 2 centimeters to conclude? No, it's a foul at the circle. So each of the finalists have got 1 last throw each.
And away we go. Agrippino dos Santos, Wada, Kiprop, Kasar, Kimani and Garnica. First 2 to go through, the next 2 fastest losers make their way into the decider of this. Complete visual impairment and quite a ragged start. They're spread out all over the place. And that definitely looks like Agrippino dos Santos is the one who's gone way out in front for Brazil. Astoundingly so. Didn't finish the 5,000 meters final in Rio. It's based in his hometown. It's Pantaceria de Serra. His coaches Luis Alberto, his guide is Lutamar Abreu Pius, and he leads for Brazil right now. And in second place for Kenya is Kimani, the reigning world and Paralympic champion, with 3 laps to go.
Well, you often wonder in these type of races, don't you, about what the strategy will be. Well, they've gone out early, they've tried to get themselves away from the traffic and maybe try and hold everyone else off, but it hasn't happened that way because Kimani now has came all the way back to pick up the Brazilian Agrippino dos Santos. So he's just straight behind now is Kimani, and then further back from that we've got everyone really spread out from there. It's the Japanese athlete Shinya Wada, who set his lifetime best this year, who's in 3rd position, but they're bunched in the first 2, and then after that they're spread at separate intervals of around 10 or 15 metres further back and tailing way off at the back there. Here's one of the athletes. I'm trying to work out who it is there at the very back. There's the other Kenyan in Kiprop who's at the back there. Rogers Kiprop has really fallen away at the back, but as they come around with 2 laps to go. It is, as we were in that opening lap and 3/4, is the Brazilian Agrippino dos Santos who leads. Kamani in second place, and it is Shinya Wada of Japan in third position.
2 laps to go, and quality very much at the front, but it is one of those 2 non-champions, Julio Cesar Agrippino, who's out in front at the moment for Brazil. Seems to have got the pace right, the 28-year-old, alongside his guide Lutamar Abreu Pais. But the man who took gold so many times in his career, he is aiming next year in Tokyo for his 3rd in a row in the Paralympic Games over 1,500 meters. He's also the 5,000 meters champion from Rio, having claimed the double for the 2nd time 2 years ago in London. It's very well paced at the moment. Wada, who did the treble in the Asian Games in 2014 in Incheon. Silver in the 15 and the 5 in Jakarta last year in the Asian Games, winning major championship medals since the 2011 Worlds in Christchurch. It is Agrippino dos Santos who leads as they come towards the bell. It's Kamani in second and Wada still third. It's the top 2 who'll qualify.
The top 2 indeed, and Wada at the position in third place, wants to try and get around the outside. Now the difficulty with this being tethered to a guide is if you want to get on the outside, you've got to make sure you get way out and you don't impede any of the other athletes, and that is what he's trying to do now with his guide Takashi Nakata. They're trying to move around the outside of Kamani, and that's exactly what they have done now. They've moved up into second position, so Kamani back at the moment is going to have to hope, if he stays in that position, that he's going to go through as one of the next 2 fastest. Now, in these races, what can happen sometimes as well is if you don't pace it right and you finish in third position and the second race is quicker, you'll miss out altogether. But it is the Brazilian in Agrippino dos Santos. He comes in with 100 metres to go. He's led the whole way from start to this position at the moment. Is there going to be some pressure coming on? Now, Wada in second position has been G'd on by his guide. Kamani doesn't look like he's going to put up an effort to try and get up there in the second place. Looks like he's really gone at the moment. And it's going to be Wada who goes across in second, but going across the line in first place, being led across by his guide, is Agrippino dos Santos. Kamani comes in third position. It's Kassar of Turkey who takes fourth, and it's the Spanish athlete Manuel Garnica who comes across in 5th position and tailed right back. Only coming around to the 100-metre mark now is Rogers Gidkrop. So Agrippino dos Santos, led from start to finish. He goes through automatically, as does Japan's Shinya Wada, who picks up the second position. Have to say as well, obviously in Dubai it is warm. It's not as warm as it has been during the day, but it is still warm during the evening. So 1 heat to go still as the final finisher goes across the line. Rogers Kiprop heads across. Wada we saw there of Japan, he's happy because he's through to a final in the men's 1500 metres T11. But that the opening heat, and you saw there, well, the Japanese athlete got away quickest, but it was only a matter of probably 20 metres until he was caught by the Brazilian. But that there just showed us a moment or 2 ago when Wada made his move with around 200 to go, but it was Brazil who took the win in this opening heat. Agrippino dos Santos released across the line by his guide Lutamar Abreu Pais. The athlete in the T11, when you're tethered, has to go across in first position. We've seen so many times athletes disqualified when the guide has had a bit of a brain explosion and hasn't released the athlete to go across the line in front of them. And that means disqualification, but not on this occasion, and it means a lot to Agrippino dos Santos. Lots of work left to do yet if he wants to take a gold medal, but he's on the right track. And there is the track. Agrippino dos Santos qualifies first, a lifetime best for Shinya Wada of Japan, 4:13.07. Season best for Kassar and Garnica, but will it be enough for Kamani to go through as one of the fastest qualifiers? So plenty of tweeting, Instagramming, messaging going on in the crowd. Hashtag Para-Athletics if you want to be a part of it. Or hashtag Dubai 2019. Final field event of the evening, almost finished.
Doesn't like it. I don't think it's an improvement into the javelin circle. The javelin throws area is Hania Aidi.
One was still leading that women's javelin, F54 for Nigeria. Second heat to the men's 1500 meters, T11. Reigning European champion Alexander Kosakowski of Poland going in this. Reigning Pan Am champion from Lima a couple of months ago, Guillem Rospil of Peru. That's the 5,000 meters champion from there, Darwin Castro of Ecuador.
Is it going to be silver? Is it going to be gold for Miljenko Vukic of Croatia?
Castro Reyes, the 5,000 meters Pan Am champion for Ecuador. Guillem Rospil, the 1,500 meters Pan Am champion for Peru. Wilson Bai of Kenya, bronze in the 5,000 meters in Rio. Karasawa of Japan, the 5,000 meters Asian Games champion. Kosakowski of Poland, the European champion in this. Silver in the 5,000 in Berlin last year. And Fedor Rudakov of Russia is back on the scene, based in Perm. 6th in the 1,500 meters find at the Europeans. Grosseto 3 years ago, his last major championship.
Just awaiting our final measurements for Vukic.
Fastest in the field this season, Kosakowski with a lifetime best of 4:12.41. Fastest PB is Wilson Bai, 4:07.96. Kimani, who's hanging on, is the world record holder from London 2012. Rudakov making his big return. His guide is Vladimir Miasnikov. Kosakowski guided by Krzysztof Wasilewski. Kenya Marasawa by Hiroyuki Mogi. Wilson Bai by Eric Kurui. Guillem Rospil by Cereceda Ferdinand. And Darwin Castro of Ecuador by Diego Aravalo. And again, it's the top two to automatically go through.
So away they go, no issues whatsoever there. And it is the Russian Rudakov who got away quickly on the inside there, but he's been overtaken straight away. Already numbers flying off the shorts, left, right and centre at the beginning, so not stuck on properly, but that's okay. They're away cleanly, that's what matters. And out in front it's Wilson Bai of Kenya, who takes up the early running in this one as they move around with 100 metres to go on the first lap, of which when they go across the finishing line they'll have 3 laps remaining. Karasawa of Japan just sneaking up on the outside there into second position, and then further there on the inside it's Rossville, the Peruvian, who's back in the second last position. Then just tailing off the field there at the back there, it is Alexander Kosakowski, who picked up a bronze in this event 2 years ago.
Bai out in front with 1,100 meters to go. Castro's defended his position very well. It's Karasawa showing a good bit of ambition as well, but the Ecuadorian Darwin Castro, the Pan Am 5,000 meters champion, holding his line very well. Karasawa has fallen back quite a bit down to 4th. Bai is still running a good pace. In many ways they are running an individual time trial. Oh, a little bit of a stumble coming from Castro there. They're obviously all getting commentary from the guide at different points in the race. But for Russia, Rudakov in third, and the extra acceleration that was there is gone, because look at this. All 12 men are very heavily bunched up. by still maintaining his position. Very tight to the back as well. There's been a bit of movement up the way now by the European champion Kossakovsky, and down goes the Russian runner there, Fedor Rudakov, and he'll have to try and recover, but they were getting very, very tightly bunched there. Bit of a collision, but it doesn't affect the leader by 2 laps to go.
Well, I was just wondering then when that happened that Kenya Karasawa of Japan had moved out to the outside. He's now in the lead at the moment, but he moved out 3 lanes wide because he was running extra around the track, because you're obviously running wider, but he was in a position where he would avoid anything like that, and thanks to that, Karasawa now is out in the lead. Now don't forget the first 2 on this heat automatically qualify, so it is Karasawa of Japan is in first place. It's Wilson Bai, who made the 2017 final but didn't medal, who's in second position. And then back in third, it's Castro Reyes of Ecuador. So they've spread out a little bit now. They were bunched up and they got round to here a little bit earlier. It's Japan leading. It is Kenya in second place, who've been overtaken by Castro Reyes of Ecuador, who's moving down as they go to take the bell. And Castro Reyes goes across and takes the bell. He's got 350 metres remaining of this men's 1500 metres T11 second heat.
Castro leads, Karasawa in second place, Bai in third, Kossakovsky in fourth. It's the top 2 to go through. Worth remembering that it's 4:13.07. That was the second fastest time, the time that if a third or fourth placer beats it, they would be in the final. Good recovery coming in the end from Rudakov, who fell down, overtaking Rossbill there. But Castro leads with 200 to go. Bai still fighting hard in third place. Really congested second, third and fourth right now. Karasawa in second, Bai in third, Kossakovsky in fourth. But Castro pounced at the right time. They shot away, having understood the problems that affected Rudakov a lap earlier. Castro is well out in his own, and Kossakovsky's moving up into second place. Smart work by the Pan Am and the European champions. Kossakovsky's falling back, he's in trouble. Kossakovsky in second, Rudakov in third. What a recovery from the man who fell. And Castro takes the win, 4:15.75. Castro takes it, Kossakovsky in second. And Rudakov with 4:17.02 will not be in the final. Third and fourth from the previous heat will go through. Kamani is there. Kamani qualifies. The victory for Castro. Kossakovsky fought hard right at the end.
Full results of that race now on the scoreboard.
But Rudakov might just have made it as a qualifier, actually, only by a couple of hundredths. Great start, great finish by Kossakovsky. Oh, and he just chipped himself up, really, so nobody to blame. Rudakov's falling over, it's a lifetime best for him as well. Castro winning 4:15.70.
Well, how often do you see people will go down in races and fail to recover and fail to even finish the race? Rudakov has come from absolutely nowhere and has qualified for the final after going down at the back of the field, finding himself back on his feet, re-tethering with his guys.
Castro disqualified. Castro, the winner, has been disqualified. So Kossakovsky and Rudakov are the 1-2. Well, that's absolutely incredible. We'll try and find out why for you. But Castro has been disqualified, having got the win. The Pan Am champion over 5,000 meters. So Kossakovsky is the winner.
Well, here's one of the incidents here when Kossakovsky's gone to the outside. Just look in the background. You see Rudakov there in the background. You see the Japanese athlete Karasawa, who moves out.
Now, Castro's been reinstated. Castro has been reinstated, and Rudakov has been disqualified now. Rudakov disqualified, having come through in third place, and I wonder if it was that motion in the final straight that made it happen. So Castro is all right, Kosakowski in second, and Rudakov now disqualified. Watch this space.
Yeah, I sense a protest possibly here. Well, what a way to round up the evening on the track.
Kurosawa through as a fastest loser in third. So Darwin Castro gets the win for Ecuador, Kosakowski in second, and Rudakov, who'd shot through. It's rule 7.9 that has seen him disqualified.
So Rudakov, as we said, is disqualified. He goes out. Originally, it was Castro Reyes who had been disqualified. He's reinstated. Kosakowski goes through. Kurosawa goes through. Rudakov, DQ. So what does that mean? Well, it means this. So Kurosawa, Kosakowski, Castro Reyes, Kamani, Wada, and Dos Santos of Brazil with the fastest times there. They go through to the men's 1500 meters T11 final. What a way to finish day one on the track. Well, if you want excitement, T11s will give it to you every single time because there is always high drama. Men's, women's races, 1500s, 5,000 meters, it all happens at some point. Ten gold medals given out here on the opening day of these World Para Athletics Championships.
Rudakov disqualified because of his guide. His guide helped him too much by the looks of it. It's to do with the tether. They untethered at some point. It may have been to do with the fall, but Rudakov's been disqualified.
Well, when they fall, you naturally become untethered, so you have to stand up and re-tether. There's no other way of doing it, is there? So if that's the reason why, then that means that every time someone falls, then they'll be disqualified.
Leo Pekka-Tati claiming the men's 100 meters T54, 13.83 seconds.
And the second semi-final is won by Australia's Samuel Carter, with Liu Yang and Zhang Ying of China catching second and third. Eric Hightower and Kenny Van Veegel sneaking through as a qualifier.
Zhu Li Hong takes the opening heat to the women's 100 meters T54 ahead of Eliza Alts-Connell. Hannah McFadden also through. Sister Tatiana not present in Dubai this week. Amanda Kataja of Finland with a new championship record of 16 seconds dead takes heat 2 of the women's 100 meters T54. A lifetime best of Ali Al-Rakabi for Iraq, 53.13 as he takes the opening heat of the men's 400 meters T38. Jose Casani with a lifetime best for Mexico in Heat 2, 52.28.
So the clock has ticked down inside the last 30 seconds.
Women's 400 metres T13, what a race this was. Renhama disqualified at the start. Rayan Suarez de Silva holding off Duarte, and the former champion Lalia Azamatova of Ukraine.
Of Wunwa of Nigeria, then it is Hania Aidi of Tunisia. then Yang Liwan of China.
The opening men's 100 metres T53. Pongsakorn Payo with a rapid finish to go through first. Alcarashi with a lifetime best in second. Brian Seaman in third, and also going through Fernandes da Silva of Brazil.
Brent Lakatos with a victory in the second heat. 14.50. Pierre Fairbank, Fahad Al Ganaidal, and Yu Byung-hyun through also.
And the women's 100 metres T53 in the opening heat, it was Samantha Kinghorn with a season best, 16:39. Zhao Hongjuan in second position from China. Hamid Donganeng of Turkey in third. And Levivor of USA going through as well. And the second of those heats, Jessica Cooper-Lewis of Bermuda with a lifetime best. Also through Gao Fang, Anja Ballard, and Yana Dupont of Canada.
Jared Clifford, world record in the men's 1500 metres T13. A great success over the European record for Russia's Anton Kulaitin, with Abdulatif Bakar, the world record holder, previously Paralympic champion in bronze.
In the men's 1500 metres T13, least of the visually impaired, Jababli picking up the 8th place. And Gomez down there in 11th from Mexico. People from everywhere. 400 metres T12, the opening heat, Oksana Baturchuk, season best for her. Burgess Gamez of Spain, also qualifying with a season best.
That opening throw of 16 metres 35, followed by a foul.
Heat 2 going to Amara Duran of Cuba, the multiple world and Paralympic champion, 55-29. Didn't go well for the rest of them.
Villarreal Hernandez going through from the third heat. The only one to qualify, 58.46 for the Venezuelan.
Riston Stoyanov with a championship record, 350.87, takes the men's 1500 metres T46. Absolute drama. A number of disqualifications among the medals. Yaremchuk promoted from 4th to silver. Dinsa for Ethiopia takes the bronze. That's because of disqualifications for David Emong and Michael Roger for a clash in the final 600 metres. Paul Blake takes his 4th world title in the men's 800 metres T36. 2:07.44 the winning time. Bouzarin the silver for Algeria, and Jose Pampano the bronze for Spain.
This was a big field of 11 competitors. You can see them all watching.
And a turn up for the books in the men's 100 metres T51. Peter Henan displaced by Tony Pispinen, who also took Henan's championship record and a gold medal with it. Navarro Sanchez of Mexico took bronze.
The heats of the men's 1500 metres T11. Victory in the first heat to Julio Cesar Agrippino, 4:11.70. Shinya Wada and Samuel Kamani, defending champion, also through.
And in the second heat, we saw just a moment or two ago more drama. Rudikov down, he was up, he was instated. It was Castro Reyes was disqualified, he was reinstated. He goes through first. Kozakovsky in second, and Karasawa of Japan goes through in third place to the final.
The men's discus, Aigas Apinis has done it again for Latvia. 21 metres 05. Koshevets of Poland the silver, his compatriot Lakimovic the bronze.
She's had 2 fouls in the sequence. This is round 5 for Yaniv Torres Martinez of Colombia.
The men's long jump T12, Donir Saliev defended his title he won 2 years ago in London with a new championship record, Kaji Wong of Malaysia with the silver, and Azerbaijan's Kamil Aliyev with a season best, along with Wong, picks up the bronze medal.
Men's shot put F55 gold to Rushdie of Bulgaria. 12 meters 25. A winning margin of 3 centimeters over Lech Stoltman of Poland, with Nebojša Đurić of Serbia, the bronze.
Women's javelin throw F54, the lady who's on the Paralympic Committee of Nigeria, Flora Ogwunwa, with a season best, picking up gold. So Tunisia's Hanya Adi with silver, and Yang Liwan in third place for China.
A dramatic opening day in Dubai. Madi Olad with the final throw. Another Asian record, gets the gold in the men's shot put F11. Vucic, who led for a long time, down to silver, and Alessandro Rodrigo de Silva for Brazil gets the bronze with a new America's record.
So a day that saw 10 gold medals given out. There was drama on the track, there was drama as well in the long jump pit and elsewhere as well. That man there, Jonsson, doing his best, but it wasn't good enough. The crowd enjoyed it. That was a cracker. Till next time, bye for now.
For you, am I lucky or not? Lucky or not? Lucky or not?